Greetings, sentient beings. This broadcast is not intended for children. There will be strong language and adult themes.
Yeah, there's Unfinished Journey. Hello.
Yep, we'll be a little lighter on the adult stuff because Jenny's not here right now, so we'll, may get past the first couple of minutes without anybody swearing.
Ah, shit.
There she is. Hello.
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 Okay, and who's this else in the side chat? Gothbosh Chin.
Don't you love how they merged all the name all together so you can't read it?
Yeah, you're not quite sure where one word ends and the next one begins. So
Holy cow!
God,
I
just got my lunch, which I ordered the chicken soup.
All right, so it's
And-
Goth.
and-
I'm sorry. It's Gothbosh Incarnate.
Okay.
There we are.
All right. Yep.
No.
Yeah, they just put it up. Okay.
I ordered my lunch. It just arrived, and they're about half an hour late. But what the heck? Anyway, and I ordered the chicken soup like I usually do, and holy cow, it's actually hot. I mean hot, and it tastes good when it's hot.
Yep. That's good.
That's amazing.
I had for dinner last night the Wendy's chili, not this from the store, but from the can, from the store bought can, and with shredded cheese and crackers.
Yep. Sounds good.
What in the can? I don't get it.
Wendy's chili in the can. They had the Wendy's brand chili at the store. They was buy one get one. So I got a couple of cans, and I had that for dinner last night.
I was thinking you were saying Wendy's tuna, and I couldn't understand. Never mind.
So is the canned chili? How's it compare to the stuff you get at the fast food?
I honestly don't know. I've never really had the fast food stuff.
I think that the fast food is much better than the canned.
Okay.
Probably is.
It's a different formula, and it's just better.
Yeah, Slothgirl used to love the Wendy's chili. I'd go and I'd get the family size tub that they had.
Well, yeah, I had the beanless one since it has higher protein.
Yep.
The beanless has higher protein?
Yep.
So they must fill it up with some kind of protein powder.
No, it's probably just more meat.
Without beans, more meat? Oh.
Yeah, the meat's going to have a higher protein.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was the whole thing about the Wendy's chili. Why they started that in the first place is it's the hamburger that's left over from the day before.
Which I think is a good idea. I never minded it at all. I thought it was very good.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not being critical. I'm just, they were making use of it.
Well, next time I go to Wendy's, I will try their chili in store.
And my other item on my menu is 2 egg sandwiches, but not without any bread.
That would be just eggs.
Yeah, but you can't order it that way. They don't offer you an egg salad.
I know what you mean. Sometimes how you order things gets weird.
Yeah, and so I take the eggs out of the egg salad sandwich because they only give you about a tablespoon of egg for the sandwich. So now I have 2 tablespoons of eggs.
Yeah, I remember that when I was living in New York, that Burger King had deals going that like the cheeseburgers were 39 cents. but the hamburgers were 59 cents.
That's funny.
So I wound up having to order a couple of cheeseburgers with no cheese, just to get them at the lower price.
It's funny with all these stuff that they add to salads with the dressing and all that. That those salads from those fast food places are often one of the highest calorie things you can get.
Oh yeah. You put the full packet of the dressing on them, and you really get it up there. Also, a lot of times, like they put nuts in them. And
what's our topic for today?
It's Manatee Awareness Day.
Oh,
okay. And just so you know, it's not manatees. It's not sea cows. It's floating potatoes.
Okay. I assume that they call them sea cows just because they move around slowly and they eat all the grass off the bottom.
Floaty potatoes. That's it.
I think manatees are just absolutely ugly, adorable.
I've gotten to feed them.
Well,
yeah.
I'd like to swim with them.
I'm not sure if I'd want to swim with them.
Now the manatees are safe. I wouldn't trust the porpoises.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to swim with them. Seeing them up close, I wouldn't want to swim with them.
Well, yeah, they can weigh more than half a ton.
Porpoises are very rapey.
Yep. Yeah, I think the manatees can weigh up to like 1,200 pounds.
Here we have. This is a 43 million year old fossil skeleton of a Pisosiren, an amphibious quadruped of the sea cow family tree. Basically, it's the ancestor of the the dugongs, the manatees.
Yep. So this is their ancestor who was still a land dweller before they returned to the sea.
Mostly land dweller.
Now, say again, who is this?
This is a Pisosiren.
Yeah.
And this is a skeleton from 43 million years ago.
And they're related to what, modern?
Or manatees or sea cows, the
ancient ancestor of the manatees and the dugongs.
I love that head and beak. Which is not really beak, it's a jaw, but wow. What a cool look. Well, that's a dinosaur I'd like to come back as.
Well, it's not a dinosaur; it's a mammal, but
yeah. But you can see the teeth too. That the teeth are the kind that's made for grinding leaves.
So this lived with the giant mammals then. It didn't live in the dinosaur age.
No. Just a few million years ago.
Well, it's practically a puppy.
Yep. Gus saying, I just realized today that armadillos are actually highly evolved roly-poly bugs.
Well, that makes sense. I always thought of them as like sow bugs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who had posted that video of a capybara riding on an armadillo?
Greg did that.
Yeah, this guy's about 23 million years off from dinosaurs.
So halfway between when the dinosaurs dropped out and when we showed up.
Yeah.
Well, I dare to say that this hospital chicken soup was actually good today.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you got something you enjoyed.
Well, I still got to get myself to the egg salad.
Yep.
They also make the egg salad very dry. It's like mayonnaise is a valued drug around here, and they just don't put enough of it in whatever they're making.
I've recently switched to a different mayonnaise that uses avocado oil.
I prefer Miracle Whip, but that's also something that the price has just gone up quite a lot over the last couple of years.
Miracle Whip's good. I switched over. It's a lower calorie count. If I can say it right. And it's actually pretty good tasting.
Yeah, Miracle Whip is up to like over $6 a bottle now.
Molly,
What?
come on.
Yeah.
Having been in here for a couple of months now, I don't know what things cost anymore.
Yeah.
I'm shocked at the price of gas in this area. Somebody just told me it was four something a gallon.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm getting pretty close. It's getting pretty close to that around here. It's I think last time I looked, it was $3.95 for the average. That's regular.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it for a couple of days around here. One advantage is my van's quite happy with the E15, which is 15% alcohol. So that stuff tends to run a bit cheaper and not be quite as volatile with the oil prices.
Come to think of it, I don't know if this person was referring to gasoline or diesel.
Yeah.
So that certainly affects it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diesel is even higher.
I haven't noticed what gas was at the last few days, but I was saying to Mage just before we got on that that's last time I had filled up, it cost about $40 to fill the tank, and with the prices I'd been seeing over the weekend, it looked like it was going to be close to $60 to fill it again. Yep. In most museums, you can tell when they do the fossil reassemblies that the darker parts will be the actual fossils, and the lighter parts will be casts that were made usually for bones that they didn't find with it.
Mm-hmm.
Although more and more, the museums are going to just putting the casts up and not putting the actual fossils on display for a variety of reasons.
Also, it could also be due to the symmetry of it. So if they have the left half of the skull but not the right, they can just flip it.
Yep. Well, and actually, what they do with some of them is they don't find a complete skeleton in one place. So, like the Triceratops that's at the Science Museum here is actually made up of parts from 3 different individuals that were found in the same area.
There are very, very, very few complete fossilized animals anywhere in the world. Most of them are made up of pieces from other places and stuff.
Yeah.
It's amazing what we've been able to find when it comes to fossils. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack and finding nearly complete sewing set.
Depends where you go. There's this area, I believe it's in Colorado, where it's eroded in certain areas well enough that you can walk around and pretty much just pick up off the ground fossilized mammals. Small, very small ones, but they're just laying all over the place if you know what you're looking for.
Well, what they call the Badlands in Montana and Alberta, are where they found more dinosaur fossils than they found anywhere else on the planet.
I'm speaking overall here. The the rarity of what it takes for something to fossilize in the first place.
Yep. Oh yeah. It's a tiny percentage of literally like less than 1 in a million animals that actually get fossilized. And then depending what happens, if the rocks erode or,
Okay, now I'd like to deliver what I promised. Yeah. one of the sub features of today's show, folks, is going to be my chemotherapy. I'm getting it at this very moment. Let's turn the camera on,
Okay.
and you can see the. Where the hell am I?
I see your right arm with the.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yep.
And all my Taylor Swift bracelets. But there's the actual feed-in,
Yep.
feed, so whatever it's called. I
Yeah,
can't
the
remember
IV
names.
tube.
And there's the actual machine. You can see it's working.
Mhm.
And if you know what any of that means, I don't know. And let's see here. That's what I'm getting.
Numbing poison.
And there's a little drip, little poison every day. And there's the thing that I can mess around with and kill myself. There's what inputting. You can see the little pebble doing little jumping jacks. And the pretty green LED.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the connection so that they can daisy chain these fuckers. There's one here that's not running, but they could move that whole system over to here. I don't know why they'd want to, but they can.
Yep.
Probably take advantage. It's just one controller, which is doing all the. Oop, I can't see what I'm showing you, so.
Battery runtime, patient ID.
Just a patient ID number, though, no name.
So that's that.
Yep.
That's all chemotherapy is, folks. Oh, I got my chemo cap. I forgot to tell you. With its lovely scarf section.
Oh,
It's actually one of the more comfy ones. It's
Yep.
cotton kind of material. And that's
Nice
it
color.
that's it for the looks. I'll pretend this is what I look like, even though that's about 6-7 years ago.
Yep.
I don't look that nice anymore. I'm a fucking wreck.
Isn't that? I'm supposed to save. I'm not saving. I don't know.
Well, based on the YouTube count, we must have a couple of lurkers out there.
Hey, lurkers, say something. Oof. I'm sorry, I've been ignoring the comments. Please forgive me. Hello, Bosch. Hello, Unfinished Journey, whoever you are. I don't. Probably at work, can't make it. Oh, come on,
Yeah.
lurkers, get on the damn chat thing. You can say anything you want.
Yeah, that's just only 2 people that posted any comments. Well,
if you
now
say
3.
nasty things about certain minorities, you will not be tolerated. However, even if you're anti and you know how to maintain a little bit of decorum, we're more than happy to have your opposing opinions.
And if you have questions, even if they do come across as crass, we would be happy to answer them as long as you're honestly asking.
Yes, we understand that you may not know the PC terminology, if you will. And
Okay,
we're more
we've
than happy to teach you.
Got resist depression popping their head up.
Without prejudice.
Jenny and I are open to questions because we know that a lot of people just don't know how they can ask some things politely, especially about trans people.
Resist op pre. Like that's sorry,
Resist
that's all I can
depression.
read. Resist op pre-depression.
Just oppression. So
No, I don't see a D in there anywhere.
no,
This is
no, there isn't.
OP-PRE.
Right.
Resist oppression.
Oh, oppression, not depression.
So, and on that,
Sorry.
I will mention that coming up this Saturday is the next No Kings protest.
God, I wish I could go to one of those.
So yeah, anyone who can, please show up, because the politicians do pay attention to the count of how many people are showing up for those things.
Yeah, I'll just see if they're doing another one here in my area again.
Yep, I know they'll be doing it down here again, downtown by the library.
I don't know.
Wasn't-
I've kind of changed my opinion on the administration. I've decided that Trump is really a brilliant person, and far more capable than we give them credit for. Just to think how well he can completely fabricate the concept of having talks with the Iranians when there's absolutely none going on whatsoever.
Yep.
And do that consistently to the entire planet with a straight face, as straight as his face can be.
Did you hear
It's
his?
so impressive.
I don't know. I think a toddler could do the same thing.
Well, probably, but he does it so well.
Did you hear his statement from yesterday?
Which one would that be?
That he knows that we're dealing with the right people because they sent us a big present. He won't tell us what the present is, but it's worth a lot of money. And
Oh,
basically, I think if I've got that translated right, it says, I like these guys because they gave me a big bribe.
okay.
So that was his statement on talking with the Iranians yesterday.
That sounds about right.
It is
Still,
amazing to me how everything that this guy says and does is either about money for his personal benefit or avoiding the Epstein files, the Epstein Trump files. Excuse me.
Yep.
The Trumpstein files.
Yes, this operation in Epstein Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh God, I can't put my earring in my ear.
Okay. And now we've got Stop the Stupidity. Okay, thanks. I appreciate you guys. Drop a comment here and there. Not that the algorithm is ever going to recommend my channel to anybody, but help it know that we exist here.
I get it. Resist depression or oppression. World War Epstein.
Yep.
Yeah, no shit.
And my unfinished sock says, don't be an egomaniac toddler. Like and share the stream instead.
Wouldn't you love for him to get on the stream and actually think that he's making sense?
Oh, and there's Demon Orb. Demon Orb usually hangs out, doesn't comment a lot, but
Hey, Demon.
I think he's here for most of our chats.
Demon's one of my longtime favorites.
Yep. Yeah, he's been hanging out with us for years. So, was also some talk the other day on Kentucky Atheist channel about organizing the ARC protest. This will be the 10th anniversary since the opening of Ken Ham's ARC.
Was I supposed to be on that show?
No, it wasn't one of his regular shows. It was just an improv thing.
Oh, okay.
Why, were you booked to be on a show with him?
I think I was. I have to go back to the calendar to look.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that right now because it's bothering me.
Yep. Also, on a clip from Vice Rhino's channel that I was watching last night, he said that he's looking to interview some trans people for a upcoming video he's working on.
Should get in on that and talk about Lego.
Yeah. Well, he said he wants people to get on there and talk about some of their hobbies and things like that, just to emphasize that trans people are regular people.
Oh, I'm supposed to be on Neil 604 show on the 18th.
Oh, April 18th. Okay.
Yeah, he thought it interesting to do a. He never has people on twice.
He has been doing that lately, but yeah.
He seems to think that my dying feature is worth having a second show.
Yeah, well, it's something that people usually don't talk about, and we should. About how do you deal with somebody dying.
Well, especially as atheists.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if we could talk about, at least my feeling on death is that we just turn off the light switch.
Yep.
That we talk to people about that and hopefully bring less fear to the whole idea of death and dying.
Yeah.
People say they gain comfort from their religious views about death and dying. Well, I have a certain amount of comfortability knowing that it's just an off switch and there's no more worrying about it or being afraid of it or
Yep.
facing the judgment of some big guy in the sky. And which is all it really is that this creature that says spend your life and do not judge is going to put all his energy into judging you. And
Yeah.
it's like, duh.
And
know.
used to have
Spell
some
hypocrisy.
impossibly high standards.
Yeah.
We can go with the anime route with it. Is you die, you go. Oh, you have this scantily clad hot goddess in front of you who will reincarnate you into a fantasy world with uber powers.
Yeah. Isekai us into another world where we can be the hero.
I get comfort from Kara, Donna, Douglas, Donna. Oh, Kara, who's Kara?
Yeah.
I
Kara,
know who
Donna
Donna
Douglas
Douglas is.
O'Hare, Heather
Who's
O'Rourke, and
Heather
Master
O'Rourke?
Poe.
Who's Heather O'Rourke?
I know Heather O'Rourke was a movie actress. I can't recall offhand what she was in. Yep.
We just pop. Oh. Okay. I heard the pop thing. I wasn't on the screen.
Yeah, no, I heard it pop too, and I thought Jenny was coming right back in, but then there's nobody down below for us to let in.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Heather O'Rourke was in Poltergeist. I knew I recognized the name. Oh, he said they're all spirit guides.
Oh yeah, the little girl. Yes. How did they not? Why was that not clicking?
Yeah.
Tragic. That was a tragic death.
Yeah. I usually don't remember names at all, so it was something noteworthy for me to remember the name of an actor.
She hated how she looked in the last one because she was all puffy from being sick.
Mm.
God, there was a lot of tragic deaths surrounding those movies.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, you make movies involving demons, you're, going to get a lot of supernatural attachments to the actors, and yeah.
Well, here's a fun thing: that scene in the pool where all the bodies were popping up out of the ground. Yeah, those were real skeletons they used.
Well, lovely.
Ooh, caught that just in time.
I'm back.
Yep.
I can't control the beeping, but it'll stop.
Yep. Yeah, it's beeping because your bag is empty.
Do you want to say hi to the audience?
Hello.
Hi. This is my lovely nurse Allie.
Okay, you take good care of our Jenny.
They can't hear you. You're on headphones. Let me.
Okay.
Okay, now she can hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. You take good care of our Jenny.
I sure do. Try. I
She's
sure
been
do
an
try.
important
speaking
part
to
of
the
our
entire
show for
planet.
years.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
Oh, and she's got a real cool new lanyard
She does.
cover. We got to get that on camera when she's ready. Let's see here. Is it in focus? It says,
No, a
I'm
dumpster
fine.
fire.
Anything is fine.
Yep.
It's a dumpster fire.
Very appropriate for these days.
Yes.
So she's going to change bags. I'm done with
Oh,
one drug. And, well, she's got to get the rest of this.
I don't know if that's coming out.
Yep.
She did it in a weird bag.
Yeah, you got to have that. You did pretty good with it.
From the side chat, my unfinished journey says, hi, Ellie.
Let's see. One of the comments saying, oh, Journey, one of the other people on the show.
Yep.
And Stop the Stupidity says, thank you to the nurses.
Aww.
Well, and we know in our community, it's important to have strong allies.
Oh, Heather O'Rourke was the little girl in Poltergeist.
I don't know why that wasn't clicking for me right off the bat.
I got halfway there. Nurses are extra special. And thank you to the nurses.
They made it in a weird bag so it doesn't do it again. Right?
Yeah, it sounds like sailing.
Yep. Yes, and Sloth Girl went through the same thing that Jenny's going through
Can you
now.
just squeeze that panel?
I tried to get it and it didn't.
No, just the panel itself.
This? Like that?
Yeah, squeeze it. No, actually grab the panel.
Here?
Yeah.
Not really.
You just sucked a bunch in when
That's
you did
like
that.
5 cc's.
Oh well. That ain't much.
No.
Yep. I had to take Sloth Girl to her chemo appointments every week for the last couple of years.
Well, we go with what we go. You know, that's the way it is.
I'll let you
This is palliative, anyways. I'm gonna be dead. Ain't gonna make a difference. They don't like me talking about this, and I understand, but I'm still going to.
I think it's helping a lot of people that, you're so open about this and people are seeing the whole procedure and everything.
Well, you're the patient. And I'm pretty sure the confidentiality is up to you.
Well, that's true. That's true. But I do want to respect the nurses' wants and needs. They're as much part of the team as I am.
Well, yeah, you have to get their consent before you put them on camera.
Oh, yeah, that.
Sure.
Oh,
That's true.
I'm thinking about my attitudes and
Yeah.
what kind of shit I say around here. You guys know.
Yep.
Know my tongue, and I've got to draw the line somewhere.
I never get you in trouble.
No, and I never say things like moist.
Oh, God. No.
Sloth Girl would always make sure that she had a couple of jokes prepared for the nurses when she was going in.
Well, she was the mistress.
Yep.
Mistress? Yeah, she was a mistress of jokes.
Yep. Dad jokes and bad puns.
Puns, yeah. She's really great at father jokes. Oh, is that what they're called? Dad jokes?
Dad jokes, yeah.
Yeah. Shoot, I heard a good dad joke the other day, and now I can't remember it.
Many dads are just jokes in it all by themselves.
Yeah.
You always want to tell some bad jokes before a movie because who doesn't like some popcorn?
This thing is like trying to suck. Should I take off these forceps?
Okay, you definitely get a sloth for that one.
Allie?
What?
This is trying to suck. Should I take off the forceps?
Don't take this.
Okay.
I'm pulling from this one.
Oh.
To flush all your chemo in.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
And it'll be done in about 2 seconds.
2.
Well, 2 to 10 seconds. How about that?
Remember, I know how to count. I'm not your average patient.
I
There
know.
you go, Mage. There's your sloth.
Thank you.
How many people are listening? How does this work?
It's probably pretty small.
Uh,
We've got about a dozen now.
yeah,
Fine.
small group.
It's been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Sorta.
Yeah, but only on the shows that I'm not here.
Well, that's true. That's Purple, and Purple is in St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
And the other voice you hear is Mage, and Mage is in Florida. We won't say what town, or he'll kill us.
Is it nice weather in Florida right now?
What's the weather in Florida?
Hot, which I'm finally glad for. It's been cold.
It's hot.
Or ish.
How
yeah,
hot
it
is
was
hot?
cold.
How hot is hot?
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't look at the exact.
At what point do you define cold?
Probably getting in past S60. It's almost 80 here.
Weekend, Char, darling.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yep. Stop the Stupidity says it's not how many, it's the quality of the people.
Yes.
We have a small but very loyal following.
Oh, that's really
You're pinched.
pinched. Is that better?
I approve.
Yeah, Molly's son is starting all of his seedlings so that in a couple of weeks they'll be ready to put in the ground here. It's still been a bit too cold to for him to start planting the garden.
Yeah. I took an avocado seed and planted it not that long ago, and it looks like it's starting to sprout.
And they're
Yeah.
such an attractive plant. Well, maybe down there they're pretty attractive. I mean, that's where they grow. So they might look a lot better than up here where they're just all. The biggest avocado plant I've ever seen had 4 leaves. Everybody starts them from the seed, but can't get them any further than that.
It's difficult. The last ones I tried to do, who suffered and died from root rot.
That's an interesting. See that yellow thing? That is where all the waste goes. And Ellie has to wear this fancy covering because the chemicals I'm taking are so toxic.
Yeah, they gotta wear the apron and gloves to handle it all.
It's all special handling because it's nasty, and they're pumping that shit in my veins. And I'm not feeling any effects. I haven't gotten any of the vomiting or headache or nausea or nothing.
That's good.
I'm just losing my hair.
Well,
I'd rather.
Well, that's generally good, but if you're
yeah.
If you were getting the vomiting, then you could get a prescription for the weed.
Not in Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're across the state line.
In the fridge.
I'll just bring you
It's
one.
okay.
You ready? I can't.
Sure.
But yes.
Anytime.
You're all free.
And that one's cooked. Oh, I'm done.
Done.
Oh.
You're done.
Oh, okay.
Done.
You're not getting another bag. You're ready to go.
Nope, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Up here. I just got my fresh bed.
Mm-hmm.
So see how many pillows I get to have? Because I can't lay flat.
Yep.
Because if I lay flat, then I choke to death.
That sucks.
Which would be perfectly fine, I guess.
Yeah. No, that doesn't sound like it's a good way to go.
No, you're right. It doesn't. But I've been undergoing swallow studies. My swallowing ability has had better days. And I'm choking on things.
Yeah.
Even little bites of stuff. And
Mm.
they seem to think that's problematic.
Yeah, then I would
I
say
would
so.
think it would be. Yeah.
So they've got me on a modified mushy diet. That's what I call it.
Hmm.
It's not quite um, uh, pureed everything, but they want me to stop eating meat unless you're willing to chop it up into little pieces like hamburger or less.
Hmm.
Pureed meat.
Yeah. Um,
Well, hey, I've been making tuna smoothies for the cats.
yeah, I wouldn't mind tuna all beat up and stuff. That'd be fine.
Yeah, that's basically all it was I was putting the can of tuna in the blender with a little extra water and, just making it so it was just kind of a paste.
I would tolerate sloppy joes, except the sloppy joes here are at least 50% sugar,
Uh,
and I do not like that.
yeah.
Don't feed me sugary sweet meat. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that problem with a lot of barbecue sauces that
Mm-hmm.
they're too sweet. They put too much sugar, the
And,
brown sugar formulas and that.
and no pineapple on pizza or ham. Um,
Well, no pineapple on pizza goes without saying.
Ketchup is
Pi-
okay because you get to adjust how much ketchup you put on something.
Yeah.
Pineapple anchovy pizza.
Pineapple and anchovy pizza? No.
Well, I don't think I've heard anybody propose that one before.
Oh, you're just thinking those are usually considered the two worst toppings for pizza. So
Yep.
If you're going to insist on, um, what do you call that? Pineapple on pizza, I'm going to insist that half of it is avocado, or anchovies. So
my uncle actually liked anchovies on his pizza.
I actually do too. Not as much as the pizzeria will put on, but I'll add a couple at home.
I tried it once when he got it. I didn't like it.
I tried it once because somebody had sent an anchovy pizza to our house as a joke. And my mom was the only one there when it was delivered, so she paid for it, figuring that one of us had ordered it and it was going to be home soon. Yeah, I did not care for the anchovies at all.
I'm borderline on guacamole. I'm not really a giant fan of it.
Yeah,
But
I'm the same. Slothgirl was a big fan of it, but I didn't care for it much.
I've been doing avocado and egg sandwiches.
Okay, that sounds okay.
I like bacon and egg sandwiches.
Yeah, bacon and egg breakfast sandwiches.
Oh,
One of,
guacamole is basically just mashed up avocado.
one of the things I really miss being in here is just a good greasy spoon, eggs, hash browns, and burnt Polish sausage.
Yeah, just the town diner. That's all. A solo place without any kind of corporate affiliation. Those are always the best ones.
Yep.
Something I've been
Well,
thinking.
although I like a good Waffle House.
Hmm.
There's
I
good
have
Waffle
never
House.
actually been to Waffle House.
There's something I saw. This guy took some Greek yogurt and used it in place of sour cream. I was thinking about maybe trying that with I have some Skyer in the fridge, so I was thinking about maybe using that and seeing how it goes with my little chicken wraps.
I learned something from TV of all places, and it was a commercial for Philadelphia cream cheese, and they were mixing it into scrambled eggs. Now, when I order scrambled eggs, I get them already done and on a plate, so I don't get to cook them in there. But I ordered some cream cheese with and put it in and let it melt a bit and stuff like that. It's really fucking good. I strongly recommend Philadelphia cream cheese um, with your eggs. And
Yeah,
I also did the same thing with the mashed potatoes I get here.
yeah, the lemon juice, a little bit of I think my family uses horseradish in the guacamole mix, but not sure exactly what they use to make it a little bit, give it a little bit of a kick, but
Well,
it's
I'd
pretty
say,
good.
what if you put horseradish in potatoes?
Guacamole.
Yeah, avocado dip.
Yeah, but horseradish would be an interesting. Try a little with baked potatoes sometime. See what it's like.
Yeah, my dad used to put horseradish on all sorts of things.
Peanut butter and horseradish.
Not a huge fan of horseradish. Interestingly enough, the wasabi you usually get it with sushi is actually just is dyed green horseradish.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a horseradish paste. It's not actual wasabi.
So
do you
what
know?
is actual wasabi made from?
Uh, what is it actually made from? I'm not sure. Off the
I mean,
top of my
because
head.
said for a long time that squid, if you order squid or octopus,
The wasabi plant.
actually getting pig rectum.
It's a okay. So let's see, it's a brassica in the cabbage mustard. So
Okay.
was it wasabi? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
I've actually had squid, and I know it was real squid because it was actually little, complete squids that were just about 4 inches long.
Oh, it was the actual arm.
No, not just the tentacle. It was the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
It was the mantle and the arm and the head and everything.
Oh, like you see in anime that they carry in their pocket.
Yeah.
I finally had squid. It my family had some as a little entree thing during a party.
Yeah.
The way it was prepared was actually pretty good, but
Yeah,
I will not eat any cephalopods anymore
Yeah,
because,
yeah.
finding out how intelligent they are.
Yep, exactly. It's like, and I won't eat lobster or what are they called? The freshwater
Right.
Crayfish?
crayfish. Yeah,
Hmm.
I won't eat them because of how they're cooked.
Yeah.
I just can't do that to anything. Imagine that happening to yourself.
Yeah, dropping them in while they're still alive.
No, just can't do it. If you give it to me dead, that's one thing. But why they can't to lance it and scramble its brain?
Yeah. Well, I've always said that I'm not a herbivore, but I'm not a carnivore either. I'm a scavenger. I'm not going to kill anything, but if it's dead when I get there, I'll probably eat it.
yeah, that's kind of how I was looking at the squid.
Oh, that's my business. You just solved my whole problem.
And let's see here. According to science,
all do all these years was to get a date was to play dead.
let's see. Well, according to science, it does suggest that lobsters do experience pain and distress when boiled alive.
Well, how can they not?
There was some question about that,
Well,
considering the way their nervous system works.
Yeah, the way people, say it is that it kills them so fast that they don't feel it. I never quite bought that.
Yeah, and children don't have any feeling, according to dentists, from way back when.
Yeah.
Well, there is a certain quickness to killing somebody that can actually result in a painless death, such as being struck head first by a missile. Well, you're going to be dead before you even feel it.
Yep.
Okay, I'll buy that. But
So
scientists did research on which methods of suicide are going to be the least painful, and I mean, they went through a gamut of stuff. And I read this online from on a scientific NIH or something equivalent to that level, not Joe's suicide
Mhm.
web page. And they said like you shoot yourself, and it depends on where.
Yeah.
But you shoot yourself, you're going to experience the pain and the awfulness of that for up to 3 to 5 minutes with some stuff like hanging yourself and
Yeah.
getting hit by a vehicle and just all the ways that you could think of, stabbing, shooting. You could feel that, you experience it. So
Well, if you're going to shoot yourself, don't put the gun to your temple like you always see. You want to bring it around the back of your head and put it just at the top of the spine so it goes through the medulla and it stops your heart quicker.
as long as you get it on the
Do
right
we
angle.
really want to be giving this kind of advice? It's live.
Yeah, probably not the best idea.
Yeah.
Well, it's wholly published and available on the internet, so we're not telling any secrets here.
Yeah, but it might. Well, I'm sure YouTube's not YouTube. I've had a long day. I'm sure Purple isn't worried about monetization anyway, but
Yeah. Yeah. I have no delusions about my channel ever being monetized. I mean, we've been going 8 years and we still haven't hit 1,000 subscribers.
I need a day with about 30 less teenagers.
I can understand that.
I have to wash my coffee cup when I'm done
Yeah.
because I'm on suicide precaution.
Well,
And so they only give me paper cups, but one day they gave me this, and so I saved it.
Ah.
And I could make a shiv. No, I put my coffee in there so I can look like a normal human.
yeah.
On
Yeah, hot drinks in a paper cup always just seem kind of unnecessarily dangerous.
They taste terrible.
Yeah,
Good.
because the cups are, coated with wax, so you get the wax melting into the hot drink.
That's not even get to paper straws.
These are plastic with an elbow.
Yep.
My big, quick trip size, big drink or whatever they call it, except it's generic.
And according to Molly, it's playtime now.
Well, according to Tina, the best time to play with her is right after I call off for work that day because apparently my cat doesn't want me to come into work today as a valid excuse.
Yep.
Come on, chat. Let's get some chatting in there.
Ethan has crashed out in a food coma still because he got double breakfast this morning.
And I can't convince her. It's like, no, my employer is not going to accept my cat. My cat is not going to accept. My cat didn't want me to come to work today. That's the reason I call off more than once.
Purple, where did you get the mad computer scientist thing? Did you make that? It's really nice.
You mean porpoise?
Hey, Spooky. Yeah, porpoise.
Yeah, I actually have T-shirts you can buy with that on it right now. But
Well, that's pretty cool.
Cool.
I like the babe on there.
and it actually says local 0x29A underneath. But
It's still for an avatar, but it says mad computer scientist. And it's-
Okay, you want to show your link for where people could buy the T-shirts?
well, let's show them the T-shirt because actually that's. Let's see if I can get it.
Hey, Spooky.
I mean, I need to separate this with
Spooky.
from an older site I had to something newer, but
God,
give me a
I'm
second here.
Oh. Stop the stupidity. Never got a wrench. I'll fix that.
we gotta fix that.
Yep.
Hey, I want the chat to feed in on this. My brother just sent me something. Ouch.
All right. Oh,
No.
hold on. I need the image link so Mage can show it.
Yeah.
It's
So
available on my old asexual news store.
So what is the family name that encompasses manatee and dugons?
Not cetacean.
No. Yeah, no, they're different branch. Mage was showing earlier the fossilized skeleton of what their ancestors looked like.
By the way, here's my lovely iPad.
It's Serenia.
And
Serenia.
what the hell am I doing this on the phone when I have an iPad? Jeez.
That's the order they're in.
If they sent software to fix the operating system, is that then an eye patch?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I got it.
I'm confused.
I wish I didn't, but I got it. All right, Mage. The T-shirt is there, and I'm gonna put the link in the second here.
Yeah, pain has a habit of warping time. When you're in a lot of pain, time moves a lot slower. Minutes can hang like hours.
What day is the day? Tell me the beginning of. Tell me the
Ooh, that.
Yep, it's
link to today's show.
Manatee Appreciation Day.
That doesn't look like a clear picture, but it's like it's a union logo essentially. Manatee
Well-
Scientist local.
Well, I had to blow it up. I mean, this is what you got me.
Oh.
Yep.
I was trying.
Yep.
But the whole idea is it's a union logo. You're welcome. Sorry,
Might
I couldn't have been.
Might be good if you remove the white space around it.
Do you know the link number?
No, I think it's good the way it is.
Can you tell me the link for the Manatee Appreciation Day? The number, the actual code.
Oh, let me look up my. Yeah. YouTube thing here. And I can put it in the private chat. You can see that, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
There you go.
Okay.
No, but not the YouTube.
Oh,
Okay.
The connection to the StreamYard.
oh, okay. Well, wrong button. Okay, there's the StreamYard link.
96. Oh.
666 to base 10.
Yes, that particular chapter of Mad Computer Scientist decided to go with the hexadecimal number for their chapter number.
Ah,
Others followed suit.
makes sense.
Did you put up the T-shirt yet?
It
I was
was,
busy. I didn't get to see what was going on.
Oh, okay. Can you put the T-shirt back up, Mage?
Sure.
I mean, the links in. I was gonna say, if you want to see what it looks like, it's in chat.
There you go.
Oh, I was hoping for the logo.
I do have the actual logos. I have a cat on my shoulder.
Does it come with the hot guy in it?
No. Nor does the cat.
That's all right. I have the one cat, and since they found out I have a space, I'm probably getting another cat, next week or so.
Athena, I know.
Now,
You're
is
mad
that
at...
into cat trouble again?
A friend of Molly's has a cat that is being harassed by her roommate's dog.
But no. With your apartment, are you really getting cat trouble?
No, well, Sammyson died, so I was down to just Ethan now.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, I lost it yesterday. I was cleaning up some stuff, and I found a chewed up red straw, and that was from Petunia.
Wait, Donald Trump tweeted something or posted something on Truth Social saying Queen Elizabeth should pardon her own son.
Yeah.
Back in this February. That's going to be interesting.
Well, when I did that poll,
Greetings, sentient being.
all the people from the UK responding did say that they would rather bring Queen Elizabeth back as a zombie than have King Charles.
I mean, the original Queen Elizabeth or Queen Elizabeth II?
Well, the more recent one.
I don't think it would have mattered either way.
Hi, Tori. Oh. You had to take your dog to the vet? Was it just a checkup, or is there something wrong? I hope the doggy's okay. I mean, I'm mostly a cat person, but I like dogs too.
Dog tastes much better.
When I was driving yesterday, just somebody was walking their dog, and it's like I wanted to jump out and I wanted to pet the doggy because it was just the biggest, fluffiest ball of fur. So I'm guessing it was a Samoyed Husky mix or something like that, because it's like, it had the puffy fur, just like the giant snowball texture of the Samoyed, but the colors were like a Husky.
Oh, this is nice. Now I have StreamYard. Like nice pictures of the avatars, and you people will put your face on the camera. And I've also got YouTube, so I can get in the chat.
Okay, Tori said doggy was just in for a routine visit. That's good. I'm glad the doggy is feeling okay.
I should have gone with the lab background, but this is what I grabbed instead.
Oh no, I like it.
How can I put a background on here?
Oh. Ethan is sleeping with just his one little tooth sticking out of his mouth.
How do you put a background on here?
You have to go into settings, go to visual effects. There'll be virtual backgrounds. There are a couple you can choose from that are already set.
I've got no settings thing, so I can't go in. I can't do that.
Well, the settings is the little gear icon.
For who?
Well, I'm not using an iPad, so my settings is on the bottom of my screen. It's a little gear-looking icon.
Yeah, I don't have one of those.
Or snowflake, depending on how you're looking at it.
What's the name, the actual title of the application you guys use?
StreamYard?
It's just StreamYard, huh? Okay.
Unless you mean Firefox.
If you've got the three little dots by your avatar, then if you click on the three little dots, then I think the settings comes up under that. Yeah,
Well,
no,
I can-
visual. Yeah, if you've got the three little dots, you click on that and it says visual effects in there.
Yeah,
Yes,
visual
there is no
effects.
StreamYard for this. It's just StreamYard guest.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how it works on the mobile devices. This is what people come for, to see that after 8 years, we still don't know what we're doing.
Well, I don't use the mobile app.
Yeah, no, I've never used the mobile app. I always do it on my desktop. I generally don't even let my phone rather hook up to the internet. I figure there is really nothing on the internet that can't wait until I get home and sitting in my favorite chair.
But do you know how many cat pictures there are on the internet?
Yep. You know how many cat videos drive Ethan crazy when he hears the sounds coming out of the monitor?
All of them?
Most of them, yeah.
What?
He gets defensive very easily anytime he hears another cat.
Hey, you guys out there in the chat are welcome to send me treats of various types. I accept virtually anything, including
Athena might want to send you a dead mouse.
say what's that popcorn that Jennifer Hawks on TV? Help me, I can't remember what the things.
Jiffy
Popcorn?
Pop?
Say again?
Jiffy Pop? Crunch and Munch?
No, it's comes in a bag like potato chips.
Skinny Pop?
Yeah, that's it.
Ah.
Send me bags of that. Just that flavor, just the regular plain stuff. Or movie theater with butter, but not cheeses or any yucky stuff like that. And they'll send it right up to my room. You can just help me get fat. Or at least not lose weight. I'm starting to lose weight here. Can't believe my got that shit.
I still want him to make the cheese puffs, but instead cheese flavor, I want him in barbecue and sour cream and onion.
Had to up my calories a little bit, so I wasn't losing so much.
Yeah, they find a way to put sugar in there too.
But none of you are Pennsylvanians, so you don't have the best sour cream onion potato chips in existence.
Oh, which ones are those?
Middlesworth sour cream onion kettle cook.
Okay, no, never heard of those.
Nibbles with Gibbles are a close second.
Although I never cared for the kettle cooked potato chips. They're just, a bit too hard for me.
I like them.
I love them.
The non-kettle cooked ones are good as well.
Yep.
There's also Middlesworth barbecue, Middlesworth plain. I don't really care for jalapeno, so I haven't tried that newer flavor.
Okay, Spooky says I blame Porpoise. I have no idea why, but okay, let's all blame Porpoise.
What am I being blamed for?
I have no idea, but it's your fault.
I mean, if it's like successfully driving Trump to resign, I'll take full credit.
Well, we wouldn't be blaming you for that. You'd be a national hero.
You'd be queen for a month.
Not among Republicans.
I don't know. Did you hear about that election from yesterday? Down in the state representative district for
Mar-a-Lago.
Yep.
That a Republican lost to a
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was gratifying.
So, since Trump's official address is Mar-a-Lago, he now has a Democrat representing him.
Yeah. At least that's pretty nice.
Yep. Well, what's really nice is how many of the seats have flipped to Democrat with all of the various elections going. And it's like how many states that the Republicans had controlled the state legislature, they've lost.
Oh, they know they're in trouble.
Yep.
They also just can't jump off the tiger yet.
That's why they're so busy not paying the TSA to to not pass this bill. Because if the bill doesn't go through, they can't cheat like they want to in the next election.
Yeah, well, since so many of the TSA workers are not being paid, of course, they're dropping off, and Trump wants to replace them with ICE agents.
Well, ICE workers aren't being paid either. That's kind of what started this. It's just ICE has funding to last a lot longer.
Yeah.
God, did you guys see the films of that jet hitting that truck?
I just
I
saw
know.
the still pictures of the after, the
Oh.
damage after.
They have film of the actual impact, and it's rather clear. Not terribly close, but enough that you can see it and just freak out about it. The pilots of the plane died because the nose, fucking whole cockpit got ripped off the plane.
Yeah, it ripped off the bottom of the cockpit.
Really awful. Somebody's got to hang for this one.
Yeah. There was a video going around about the fighter fighters rescuing the pilots, and that turned out to just be an AI fake.
Yeah, they couldn't have possibly been rescued. They were on fire.
Yeah. But apparently it was just somebody taking the still picture from the after effect where the firemen were going into the wreckage. And somebody had animated that in AI to make it look like they were crawling into the cockpit to save the pilots.
Why do people do that shit?
Yeah, I don't know.
So
Oh, hi, Molly.
Molly. Hey, that woman owes me money.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Dad.
Hello.
And Tubian, I didn't see Tubian was here. Hi, Tubian.
Oh, I missed when Tubian came in. Oh.
Okay. Stay in the middle here for YouTube. There we are. No. YouTube is way behind. I have moved the muzzle.
Yep,
10
Molly's daughter is selling Girl Scout cookies.
Sorry, Molly, I have no money. No,
That's all right. She's already at about double what her original goal was, so. She's done a good job of it.
Kyle's here. Hey, Kyle.
As an ex-Mormon, I'm usually pretty clean on my living, but there is one thing I'm addicted to, and I was clean for nearly a year until I ran into my dealer outside of a Walmart.
Yep.
Until what? You're clean from what?
Well, I mean, there are like usually dealers that come around every March, usually outside of big box stores, that sell some of the most addictive substances known to man.
Girl Scouts.
They're called Thin Mints.
Hey, Aunt Jer.
Hi, Aunt Jer.
Jer, I'm doing fairly well. Actually, the radiation I'm getting is actually seemingly starting to help, which is a good thing. They're shooting a target in my back that they believe is causing most of the pain that I'm feeling in my upper left area of the back, and which has made it near impossible for me to sit up straight. And I'm sitting up pretty straight right now. I can make myself sit up straight, but I can't hold the position.
Okay.
This would be my normal position.
But it is reducing your normal pain level.
Yeah, the pain is a lot less, but I can't move right yet. I probably
Okay.
won't ever. But I'm not
Well.
screaming in horrible pain.
Less pain is a very good thing.
Yeah, which means I don't have to increase my morphine, which is good because I'm at that line with my morphine that if they give me any more, I'm going to be pretty much out of touch with everything that's going on around me and unable to respond.
Yeah.
I really don't want to get to that point for as long as possible. And that's good. I will reach that point eventually, but the longer they can wait, the better.
Yeah, near the end, they had given a Sloth Girl a prescription for morphine. So I was responsible for injecting her when she needed it.
Yeah, I'm still on pill form. I don't need it that rapidly. Not I do have access, but I can't here in Wisconsin. I'm just across the river of safety when it comes to weed. My supplies at home have to stay at home. And I don't have any way to sneak out.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that the hospital's in Wisconsin instead of Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. It's real backwards here in Wisconsin.
Yeah, it took Minnesota quite a while to get to it, and even so, Minnesota still is the maximum prescription is only half what it is in most other states.
Yeah, but that's a good thing. If it's all based on the actual plan, it's real easy to get around all that.
Still more than what it is in Indiana.
They
Yep.
label each leaf of the plan. So who knows where that leaf came from? No, I've never done the edibles, and honestly, they frighten me. I don't like any medication that is untested to me.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to start it on like just little tiny droplets and move up from there. It's just my personal fear.
Ah.
But look at my nails. Where's the camera on this thing? There's at the camera, yes. See, look at my nails. I got like French tip nails.
Oh yeah.
But it's natural.
Mm-hmm.
They're not painted that way. They're naturally white.
Nope.
So I guess I'm very European now.
I've never tried weed for a tea. I know that catnip tea can help with muscle cramps.
I made a tea of weed.
I'd try that.
Yeah, I'd try it if I had the stuff for it.
Hey,
I
Ivy,
do.
what
I
misspelled?
combined weed with chamomile. That was really nice,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes you feel funny. You laugh about everything.
That would be nice.
Hey, Commander.
I tried the edibles, but they didn't really have any effect on me. Of course, smoking it never really had much effect on me either.
See, now we're getting a good crowd. You guys all missed my chemotherapy, my poison session.
Yep. Hey, Commander.
I can tell you about my latest pain. I developed new centers of pain, and this latest one is in my right breast.
Mm.
It not accompanied by any lumps. And right now it's in its early stages, so it only feels like a bruise right on the top side of the breast.
Mm-hmm.
But it's getting worse each day. It'll start spreading pretty soon.
Yeah, I had a weird question when I was in for the mammogram.
Commander is backstage.
Oh, I need to reschedule a mammogram. That just reminds me.
Oh, sorry, Commander. Didn't see you there down on the second tier.
I get you.
Oh no, you're breaking up.
Yeah, I had my mammogram. Everything checked out normal.
Yeah.
But I was wondering with the breast implants that if when I get a puncture wound, how deep it would have to go before it would affect the saline, before the implants would leak.
Well, that's not a thing to think about.
Well, I have an odd little furry creature here who gives me new puncture marks almost every day now.
I would say they find their own pillow.
Really, mine prefers to give me my puncture marks on my feet.
Yeah, well, most of them are on my legs, but once in a while I get one up on my breast.
And that's only because Athena's like, don't go, stay here, play.
Yep.
Because she doesn't quite connect it's like going to work in her food yet.
No, of course not. Now, see, you've got to let her see you bring the food in with you.
Oh, she's seen it.
Yeah. So, they've got to get the idea that when you're out there, you're out foraging for them. That's also the way I've won over the cats of everyone I've lived with. Is just make sure they see me open the bag and give them their food out of the bag, so they always know that, that color bag is their stuff.
Oh, Athena definitely knows Imes is for her. She seems to identify it more by scent than color.
Yep.
Commander, is that a cobra sneaking up behind you? Oh no, that's your tail. I'm sorry.
Now that's a tail, yeah.
Yep.
Well, it is an avatar from Hell of a Boss, so sometimes it would be hard to tell.
When Jenny said, "Is that a cobra sneaking up behind you?" my first thought is it was one of G.I. Joe's enemies. Because when I let Molly's daughter play, go through some of Slothgirl's Barbie stuff, one of the things I found on the floor yesterday that had apparently dropped out of the box is an assault rifle that is scaled for Barbie dolls.
Well,
now you have to get a Barbie doll to mate it up with.
Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering why that was in her Barbies. But we have found a few interesting things in there, some adult-orientated items.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, we found out a little too late that we should have checked through all that stuff before we let Molly's daughter go through it. So Molly's son is at least a teenager, so he and I went through it together, and we picked out some of the things.
That was bad when I was helping somebody pack up their bedroom and came across some adult toys.
Yeah.
That's okay. Someone was trying to say don't blow me meant something other than what most people use it for today.
I'm not sure if these are things that Slothgirl bought or if she made them herself, but we came up with a number of personal accessories made from Fimo clay to to make the Ken dolls appear to be anatomically correct.
Okay. And what did you do with them?
We have put them aside in a very small box of their own, along with all of the pregnant bellies.
Well, I don't know. I think it'd be interesting if you say maybe you had parts to make Ken anatomically correct, but had them placed in inappropriate areas, like between its breasts or on its forehead, or growing out of its shoulder.
Now, see, I was thinking that we could just attach them to some of the Barbie dolls and say that they're, trans people in transition.
Trans Barbie?
Yep. Who knows which direction they're going in at that point. Oh, I did have my first electrolysis appointment last Friday.
Did you? How'd it go?
Yep. Oh, it went quite well. It's a new person training, so they're not as fast. It was a very small area that got done.
So this is actual electrolysis, not laser?
Yeah. No, yeah, this is actually inserting the probe and zapping it with the heat. So that's why it's slow, because they literally have to do it one hair at a time.
Yeah. How did you tolerate the pain?
Well, I had plucked my whole beard out with tweezers about a dozen times, and it really, on the pain scale of 1 to 10, the electrolysis was only like one place worse than doing it all with tweezers.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it really kind of like when I got my first tattoo, I was almost disappointed because so many people had made it out to be such a painful thing, and it's kind of like, yeah, it's really not that bad. But everybody's pain tolerances are different.
Also, region of the face makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Well, they were working like
they do.
They were working just above my chin.
Pain tolerance or pain threshold, because those are different things.
Well, the threshold, sure. That's the
Well, yeah, but basically, since all I had to do for it was, sorry, Jenny, what?
Wait till they get under your nose.
Yeah, well, that's the area that I was looking forward to them doing. Get rid of the mustache shadow. But I'm trying to put it through my insurance again to see if I can get approved this time.
Good luck.
They switched my insurance provider since I tried last time, so I figured, can't hurt to send the paperwork in and see if they will.
Oh, speaking of insurance, I got not insurance, but I did manage to get a consult for an orchiectomy in July. So.
Oh, okay.
Not that that has anything to do with what's being discussed, but.
Oh, it's tangentially
Tomorrow
related.
I get the numbers to get health insurance.
So are those the number? Oh, yeah, right. You're not in the U.S. anymore.
Yep.
I was gonna say, are those the numbers to leave to another country?
Well, in Minnesota here, it's pretty good. And just, of course, Trump is trying to cut off all funding to Minnesota because, Governor Walz keeps getting Trump upset.
Well, I understand the cholesterol has been trying to cut off all the oxygen to Trump's brain for years.
Yeah.
It seems to have been very successful.
Sorry, I'm tired, and I probably wouldn't have normally said that, but the filters go on after 7 hours.
Oh no, that's fine.
But we were all thinking it.
Well, I'm still certain that, Ibanez doesn't understand that he's still alive, that she figured that McDonald's was going to kill him within 2 years of when they got married. I think she would have, maybe questioned that option a little more if she knew he was going to still live a couple of decades.
Why would anyone want to be married to such a miserable sack of shit?
Well, yeah, obviously it was just for the money.
I was gonna say what, or the perceived money.
Yeah, but I mean, you can see she doesn't even want him to hold her hand. So you can just guess how many times they're intimate.
God, see, you just said that, and I just got creeps all the way up and down my back.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't imagine being underneath that guy.
Well, the rumor has it that their first time was on Epstein's plane.
Well, how do we know that? Sorry, that makes me wonder about something.
They'd have to put up with his weight.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Was Melania bought to be his wife?
Possibly.
Just mail order brought. I mean, literally bought.
Yeah. That's entirely possible.
So getting close to OxyContin.
I think some of her relatives had connections to the FSB and KGB.
Yeah, I think there was something about some concern about her possibly having a KGB connection. That was one of the security issues they were questioning.
I don't think
Why worry about Melania?
And the whole Epstein thing was a Russian honeypot operation.
she's not smart enough to be a spy. She's just not.
I don't know how smart or stupid she is because she doesn't speak English that well and she doesn't barely says anything.
No, I would agree with Jenny. I just, even though she hasn't made a lot of public statements, just some of the actions she's taken, I don't think she's all that bright.
But I can't. But then I don't know why anyone thought the Melania documentary was a good thing. It's like, what has she done?
Yeah.
Why would he want to see it anyway? It's like, who?
Yeah, well, yeah, it really, it just showed off how out of touch she is with the, general public.
The good thing about digital works nowadays is they didn't have to waste any silver on that bitch to make that.
Yeah.
Hey, I fixed my wheelchair. I got the mechanical. The brakes didn't work good.
Yeah.
They would slip, and that's a bad thing because when you want to stand up and sit down, a wheelchair that doesn't move. And very simple, but I couldn't.
Okay, enough of the ukulele or whatever that is.
Here it is. I'm gonna show you the fix. Can you see? Let's see. What are we looking at here?
Yeah, we're just looking at the side plate, not really seeing the wheel very well.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it on camera. I can't get in there real well.
Yeah. But you got the brakes fixed, so you're ready to drop the V8 in it next month? Oh, there's the brake lever. Yep, now we see it.
Can you see my finger moving?
We did for a minute, but now it's out of the frame.
I just can't see it.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, we see your fingers just poking into the edge of the frame there, that's all.
Can't give you good image.
Yeah.
Yes, I got it fixed, and now it works so good. if I'm being pushed, I have to tell the pusher to be careful because I'm going to stop, or they'll crash right into me. They'll like tailgater. It's kind of fun. There's this big ramp between the two buildings that I have to go between for radiation and my room. And on the way there, it's a big push up, and it's difficult. I have to help on the wheels and stuff. But on the way back, it's a free fall, and there's a turn in it. And so I finally talked one of the aides into letting go and letting me ride it down myself. And I can use the brakes to actually turn the vehicle.
Yep.
With friction. It's kind of fun. It's almost like being on the racetrack again. I wish I could do that. Tired of being a cripple.
Yeah, well, Slothgirl was still around. Late at night, I was practicing in the wheelchair that I was going up and down the corridors of the building in it. Well, I figured I need some exercise to build up my arm strength anyway, so. But yeah, I haven't been able to do that since she died. It just feels weird now.
I'm going to whine and cry for a minute here because I just need to.
Okay.
It hurts so much to be a cripple. This is the only word to use. I don't know what the current PSC word for that is. Disabled.
Yep.
Whatever it is. From having been a perfectly able-bodied person all my life, and having been able to spend my adult life not just fixing my own stuff in my own life, in my own world, but being able to fix anything in anybody else's world. I don't care if it was a car or your washer dryer or whatever it was. I could take it apart, put it back together, and make it work. And to now be disabled to the point where I can't even shit and piss myself and wipe my own ass. It's so humiliating, and I can't take it some days. And it happened so fast. You know, it was within a matter of a week where I started out with certain pains and things. To a week later, I was in a wheelchair and stuck for the rest of my life until they put me in the bed because I can't even do the wheelchair anymore. Yeah. Being with you all is a really important part of keeping me sane. And this venting that I do is important to me.
Yeah, well, you're important to us.
I gotta go for a while. There's a visitor.
Okay.
Later.
Oh, no, I'll be around. Hold on.
We love you.
Oh. Yeah, I've seen that from the outside, not from Jenni's side, though. So what's going on the other side of the pond?
Oh, going to pick up my ID tomorrow, and then with that, we have the numbers to get health insurance, and then hopefully can get a doctor to get the meds. If not, I have a few backup plans. And when you talk to ChatGPT about chemistry, if you talk like a chemist, it opens up more and tells you what you need to know.
Yeah, I was afraid that for people who knew how to manipulate it, it might enable them to do things that they didn't have the information to do on their own.
Well, we still haven't completely solved the alignment problem with that.
the alignment problem.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
how
just
Go ahead.
Go
Commander.
Go what you were saying. I was just going to start talking about how when I use the term decarboxylation and all that fun stuff, then it started opening up to me and telling me exactly how to take aspirin, reduce it to salicylic acid, then to phenol, and then to make a plasticizer that caused lawsuits back in the 80s if they don't want to give me my meds.
Yeah, I suppose if you're, using the technical terms, then it's going to be looking for those, and it's going to be finding, more like university papers rather than just the standard internet trash.
It gave me a step-by-step instructions, including lab setups, once I started talking like a chemist. Whereas when I wasn't talking like a chemist, it said, fuck no, I'm not going to tell you. It was more polite.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, there may be a lot of people in the U.S. needing that information. Because there's more and more states that are making it very difficult for trans people here to get their medications.
Biphenyl BPB, basically biphenyl B, is simple enough where if you have phenol or aspirin, you and methyl ethyl ketone, it's potent enough to do the job. 60% as potent as estradiol. And the only side effects that I found that were negative were in the lawsuits, and those negative side effects are actually positive if you're transitioning.
Yeah, I want to say it was Missouri, but I'm not sure. But yeah, one of the states has maybe it was Oklahoma, but one of the states has uncovered their whole hand that it's no longer about restricting gender care to minors, that it is a restriction on gender care of everyone regardless of age. That's the bill they're trying to push now. So basically, it doesn't matter if you're 25 or 30 or 50, you still won't be able to get anything that they consider gender affirming care.
Well, and they may have to get these through quick because I don't think we'll have the same margins in the future. I mean, even here in Indiana, Governor Braun is even less popular than Donald Trump.
Yeah, we were talking about that before you came in.
Wow, that's really unpopular.
We were talking about that before you came in, that the Democrats have been flipping a lot of seats in the elections in the past, 3-4 months. So several states that are used to having Republican majorities have lost them. One of the states out east has literally, that the Republicans have had a controlling majority of the state legislature for close to 50 years, and they have lost it now. That the Democrats have managed to get like a 2-seat majority in their House of Representatives, so that they can't push all the crud through anymore.
What do you mean by out east? Because most of the northeastern states, including the New England and New Atlantic, they're not conservative with the exception of Maine. Pennsylvania can be a little weird.
Yeah,
because it's purple, but
thinking it might have been like South Carolina or something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking it was probably a southern. Do you mean Virginia?
I'm not sure. I don't remember now which state it was.
Virginia's Democrat.
Virginia, the Democrats have a trifecta.
Because Virginia's demographics have been changed because they're so close to Washington, D.C.
Minor win right here where I live. That there was a city council member who was trying to push through basically just a proclamation. It had no legal authority, saying that we support all law enforcement. You know, it's just kind of a blanketed thing of telling ICE that they wouldn't receive any opposition in here. And after a very high turnout at the city council meeting, when the vote was taken, he was the only one voting in favor of this now. That all the other city council members decided that due to public opinion, it was a bad idea to vote for this. So at least we got our city council listening to us that we don't want ICE to be messing around here, which they are. We've got a couple hundred ICE agents in the city who are still mostly harassing the Somali community, although they've got no qualms about grabbing somebody from the queer community if they identify them.
Are the Minnesotans harassing them? Like they've been doing? Not letting them sleep?
There's been a bit of a rash of the ICE agents coming out of the hotels in the morning to find that somebody has stolen the valve stems from all their tires.
Also getting their pictures of their faces so we can put them in databases. And
oh yeah. There's a signal chat that is set up strictly for people to report anytime they see ICE activity and to take pictures of the ICE agents and their vehicles.
So when this is over, who would like to see them move the trials of everyone in the Trump administration to Nuremberg, Germany?
No, the Hague is perfectly fine for people like Stephen Miller. My only objection is to the Hague is they can't give him the death penalty.
Yeah, but that's definitely what I'm hoping for, that, you know, after the next election, that all these people will be referred over for international trial for the various war crimes.
Sadly, I don't think any of them will see any justice for what they've done.
Honestly, probably not, but we can hope.
I honestly think Iran is the first time in Trump's life when he's realizing his actions have negative consequences. Because he thought he's been trying to pull out, but Iran is not letting him. Iran's like, you started this, you moron.
But I mean, he doesn't get to punch him in the face and they don't get to fight back? What? That's not how it works? Jeez. Seems to be the way it seems to think how it's supposed to work. He gets to attack and they get to just sit there and take it.
Yeah, well, of course, Trump is confounded that, you know, they are blocking the straits and, you know, preventing all the commercial traffic through there. He was not prepared for that to happen, even though every military strategist who studied the Middle East since the 1950s has said that this would be likely to happen.
Well, not all the traffic, just the stuff that's taking the petrodollar.
Yeah, so part of Trump's solution was to cut the tariffs on Iran and let their tankers through, so that we could give money to the people we're at war with for them to buy more stuff to fight us. That was Trump's plan on easing up the commercial problem with it.
Lord of the Rings sequel from Stephen Cole. Tolkien never wrote a Lord of the Rings sequel. There doesn't need to be a sequel.
They're probably talking about the Silmarillion.
That was The Hobbit, and that wasn't a sequel. That was a
Yeah. Well, I mean, just that's the only thing I can think of that was, put out after the Lord of the Rings. That was in that same world.
I'm back.
Hi, back.
That was my respiratory therapist. Trying to help me breathe again.
Yeah.
Because all this slumping that I do, I don't get full breaths, and so we're getting a lot of clogging.
Mm-hmm.
And they got to keep me alive, draw all that Medicare money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Gotta love those breathing treatments.
I wanted to interrupt your cycle, but you guys, Stupidity and Commander, of course, that you're absolutely correct about the horse piss. In fact, to this day, many refer to their HRT as horse piss. In the early days of HRT, like I was subjected to in the 70s, it was massive doses of now I'm forgetting the name. I only took it for years.
Estradiol?
No.
Nope.
Estradiol is E2, a part of the estrogen conglomerate. That's
progesterone.
No, that's not related to estrogen.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to remember the brand name. Whatever. It was straight. It was straight estrogen, and it was semi-synthetic, I should say. Estrogen compound directly from horse piss. Equine fluids.
Yeah.
And so it actually was horse piss that people were taking, and it was massive doses of the shit. I was on like 7.5 milligrams 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Which is just insane compared to what we do today. So yeah, you're all right. Today we're taking those of us who are doing injectable. I can't speak brand names for the rest. Are doing just estradiol, Varnitine. Again, I'm losing words.
Estradiol valerate.
Thank you, valerate. And my particular
hold on,
dose.
let me just look at something.
My particular dose as a post-op trans woman is like 0.01 milligrams a week. Very, very small.
Yeah, mine's like 3.2 milligrams a week.
Yeah, you're fighting those chestnuts down there.
Yeah.
That you better fucking get something done about, because you see how the goddamn rains are closing. I told you, pretty soon you're not going to be able to get anything. Get busy, goddamn it, you guys.
Yeah, I am scheduled for the surgery, but because of the waiting list, they couldn't schedule me to get in until November.
Why do you think I live so close to a blue state and I got that appointment?
Yeah, well, I'm in a blue state, and I'm still nervous about them doing something before I get my surgery.
Yeah, I just don't want you all to miss out on your opportunities, and get it done. You're going to feel so much better afterwards. You will not believe the change.
The thing is, I kind of hope the libertarians actually win this one, because there's a libertarian argument for this.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, absolutely there is. It's called bodily autonomy.
Yeah.
And it's
the doctors at the university have reassured me that they are prepared to fight it. So no matter what, they are planning to continue to do the surgeries at least through 2028.
I just have a feeling a lot of it's going to be, if they succeed. And honestly, I don't think they may be able to for much longer, which is why they're moving quickly.
Yeah. Porpoise did. No, go ahead.
Oh, because Trump has really ruined it for the Republicans for like
Yep.
at least one election cycle, hopefully more.
Yeah, did you hear that a federal district judge has put in injunction against the abortion ban in Indiana?
Well, the abortion ban was way overdone anyway.
Yeah, but they were fighting it on the grounds of religious freedom. That the way it's written, it violates the rights of Jewish people.
Well,
Because Jewish people do not consider the baby to be a person until it takes its first breath.
that's exactly the
Interestingly,
argument.
breath and birth are derived from each other.
Yep.
That's
But Jenny,
exactly the argument
they
they
weren't.
used that lost the marriage equality, is that they place their argument within the hands of religious freedom, that it's our religious freedom to not allow abortion, and the court said you're forgetting the Constitution says no religious favoritism, and so they were able to kill it there. But then they're coming back with the argument that well, but you allowing us to have abortion then allows me as my individual to not have it, and they're getting the laws passed again in the states, even though that they were quashed. And we're talking marriage equality now,
Yeah.
not abortion. So the state can say yes, the public as a body does not allow it away. If you even talk away from religion, so they're going to have to start holding polls and proving that the majority of the public does not approve this, and they won't be able to because the majority of the republic of the people do approve of gay marriage and things.
Yep.
You know, I don't know about particular states like Indiana, but or Alabama or Mississippi.
Yeah, but nationwide, it's like 60 to 65% believe that everybody should be able to get married.
Premarin was the name of the drug that we were taking in the 70s.
Premarin, okay.
Oh, hold on. Am I in an enhanced severe weather risk tomorrow?
Are you getting another tornado?
No, the last two severe weather risks we didn't. We've only had one this year. It hasn't been a crazy year. Well, we haven't had any. We just had one warning this year.
Yeah, we haven't had any this year. I mean, I heard the sirens go off once, so that was, some kind of weather warning, but I didn't like send a warning to my phone or anything, so I don't even know what that was about.
Oh, you had a bunch of nasty warnings up there. I mean, you got that was one single band of tornadoes that went through your area.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think a lot of them managed to just miss the city of St. Cloud itself.
Yeah, it looks like we're in the slight risk.
The band was like 100 miles wide, I think, but still.
Yeah. And the tornado risk isn't very high.
I think the whole Tornado Alley dimensions are expanding. They're moving further north with everything else.
Well, actually, maybe, but we also have much better technologies as we're detecting a lot more tornadoes that weren't detected before. And they're mostly EF0s and EF1s. Things that don't do a lot of damage, but will show up as like rotation or produce a funnel if a ground spotter sees it.
I want some coffee.
One of the things they're definitely seeing is that the states around the Great Lakes are warming. And actually, most of Minnesota, and that's, again, Molly's son is a real big gardener. He was telling me that, they have actually changed our growing zone. They have upgraded our growing zone because we are getting hotter summers and milder winters.
Yeah, they reevaluate those things like something like every 10 years or so.
Yeah.
I can't say it's not, but another thing is Doppler radar and the dual polarization detects rotation much better. So we are detecting more that may have been gone.
Yeah. Well,
seen
but I
before.
had noticed that I've been back here since 2020, and our yearly snowfalls have not been even close to what the 30-year averages were.
Plus,
Oops,
Indiana is.
I was just dropping my phone.
Yeah.
I mean, the enthusiasts call Indiana, Illinois, and maybe even parts of Kentucky Hoosier Alley, whereas Tornado Alley is more to the west.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that Tornado Alley tends to come up through, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota.
No, Illinois is part of Hoosier Alley.
Mm,
It's not a distinction anyway, because Minnesota is not considered part of Hoosier Tornado Alley because it's just too far north. And
yeah.
although if you have someone from the East Coast, anywhere between the Appalachians and the Rockies is Tornado Alley.
Yeah. Well, and Minnesota, does get several tornadoes a year in an average season.
So yeah, it's like we haven't had as many. It hasn't been a crazy year like last year.
Yeah. Well, that's mostly what I've noticed since I've been back here is the winters are much milder. We don't have as many below 0 days, and we don't get nearly as much snow.
Wisconsin never had a tornado in February until this last year.
Yep. I think December and January are the only 2 months that Minnesota has never had a tornado.
Well, we have now.
Yep. I'll be back in a minute.
We're timing you.
1,000, 2, 1,000.
Hey, Mage is in charge, so unless you want me to signal both on you, you'll behave.
Mage, you've had a tornado in every month of the year, right?
I don't know.
I can't imagine that you haven't, but
We have had tornadoes before. Usually they're not that devastating. It's more the hurricanes that come along with it. Did have one tornado actually go right past my house a few times. Tornadoes. That was really interesting after a hurricane. All the glass was pointed one way, even though the wind had been blowing the other way.
We had the one tornado that actually hit the town. It was only a Category 1, or whatever term they have for the lowest form of tornado. But I was outside at the time, and it went right over my head. Well, the whole town is tiny, so it went over the whole town. His head, but it brought a few trees down and stuff. It was pretty scary. Hi, honey. I wonder if I really were going to get some gelatin.
Oh, you want?
And now I want a coffee.
What color is Jello?
Orange or green? Green.
Green.
Oh, green.
Orange, green, or coffee.
That's all.
Black, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get you some.
All right, thank you.
Is that
You sure?
supper?
No
Or is it a snack?
snack.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Make sure they don't bring you green coffee.
Green coffee? What's
Yeah.
green coffee?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm not on. What's going on here?
I don't know what is going on here.
Not much.
No, I dropped my phone and everything started acting weird because I picked it up and turned off the YouTube accidentally.
Green coffee is either left over from St. Patrick's Day, or it's my father made it because he went several weeks without changing the ground, so it's probably growing the mold.
I wonder if you could make green coffee. I wonder if you could make clear
There
coffee.
is a green coffee bean from Indonesia, and they basically chase these cat-like creatures around, and they eat the coffee beans. Then they poop the coffee beans, and it's about $400 or $500 a pound before Trump's stupid
Yeah.
tariffs.
A
The
local
civic
Republican, was just convicted of election fraud by requesting extra ballots.
Ah,
And he's one of those Republicans that makes public statements about how terrible the election fraud is in the country.
Trump was convicted of election fraud because he got a mail-in ballot and he filled it out, but then he handed it to someone else to drop it off for him.
Well, that you can do.
Oh, you're not supposed to do that.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
It's
a
one of
mail-in
the things
ballot.
Well, the
Republicans
state of
talk
Florida
about.
changed the laws
Yeah.
because they
But,
didn't like it that you could just like, they called it ballot harvesting, even though it
Yeah.
was legal, but they made it illegal.
But isn't Trump ineligible to vote since he's a convicted felon?
In some states,
Yes.
that's a statewide law, not a national.
Oh, okay.
And Florida
Yeah.
allows convicts to vote.
Yeah, I think Trump was only convicted in the state of New York, then that's probably why.
Convicts have already served their time.
Oh,
Trump never served any time for it.
was he convicted to sentenced to serve time? Maybe he wasn't.
He
I
was
don't know.
convicted, but it was a weird situation. If I were the judge, I would have just said, we've had presidents run for office from prison before. You can serve your presidential term from prison, and you are going to have everything viewed by the staff.
Yeah. Well, or they could have just had him on house arrest that he had to wear the ankle bracelet because the Secret Service were going to know where he was at any time anyway. Oh,
I see someone said spill Quagmire, and it
Yeah.
spelled Operation Abstain Fury.
Yep, that's what I was saying.
Everyone knows he just did it to get out from under the Epstein thing, and
Yeah.
Benjamin Netanyahu did it for similar reasons, just to stay out of prison.
Well, Netanyahu was Barron's father. That's the rumor I want to pass around.
somebody had posted in the side chat that the idea that Barron was actually Epstein's prodigy.
Progeny.
Yeah, sorry.
Prodigy means a different thing.
Yep. Yep.
Well, who knows? He might be a master at pedophilia. He's old enough to qualify now.
Oh, it was Aunt Jer who said it. Yep. Yeah, well, I have asked that repeatedly that, do you really think that all of Trump's kids are really his? I find it pretty likely to think that probably each of his wives had some other affairs.
Well, given the level of
And
stupidity,
MTV, I was just going to say MTV should sue Donald Trump for copyright infringement because he had Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, well,
Don Jr. and Eric.
yeah.
They are an uncanny resemblance, aren't they? I think
Yes.
it's a wonderful joke.
so if Don Jr. and Eric are Beavis and Butthead, does that make AOC Dury a Morgendorfer?
But I
Okay.
have seen no parody better than South Park's portrayal of Donald Trump in Satan's pregnancy. I think that whole bit is what a great storyline. And they're getting everybody in it, from Peter Thiel to Stephen Miller. Just everybody's getting nailed.
Well, technically, only Satan's getting nailed, but no.
Well,
No, not actually.
Okay, it is South Park, so
I thought Jesus was the one getting nailed.
Yeah, but Jesus can handle the nails.
Not that kind of nailed.
I like the bumper sticker with a picture measure that said your God got nailed to a piece of wood. My God's got a hammer.
Yeah,
Oh,
Because
is that
he's
like
Thor.
Norse one.
Yep.
Yeah.
is that like the story that circulated on the internet?
He's
Not
Thor
true.
because it hurts.
Or like the KKK decided to crash an Asatru blot and try to like intimidate them with their putting up the crosses, and the Asat didn't realize the Asatru weren't pacifists, and someone turned around and was like, if that cross goes up, you're getting nailed to it. I've got my hammer right here.
I hadn't heard that one.
Do they nail them on before or after they put it up?
I think it's easier to do it before it's raised up, because then you got to hold the person up otherwise.
There's something on cable. I don't know what network it is anymore. Discovery, Science, National Geo. One of those kind of things that does UFO questions, and they started doing this series of what if we built a modern day Stonehenge? What would it cost? Where would we put it? Where would we build a modern day Parthenon? And all these kinds of things. I wonder if they would do where would we put a modern day crucified Jesus?
Yeah,
Capitol Hill.
Don't give Trump ideas about building a Coliseum.
Yeah, no shit.
He
Listen,
wants to have the Hunger Games.
Butamore, Lake Butamore.
Yeah.
Butts de Morts.
Listen, I am sure
The bluff of death.
that one of the renovations to the Kennedy Center will be changing it into a monster truck venue. Because I don't know why he even thought it's like, oh yeah, let's do this art center. People will respect me as being a man of culture. It's like, if the only musician you can get for your events is Kid Rock,
Yeah.
you've probably pissed off the arts community at that point.
Yeah, so many performers refuse to perform there that they've had to shut it down.
Does anyone remember Idiocracy where they had the giant monster trucks and someone was being punished for something? That's what they'll have at the Kennedy Center.
No, I just think a monster truck venue or like a racetrack is the only way Trump can make. The only way Trump's name can be on it and for him to make money, because it's not going to. It's not going to appeal to who it was designed to appeal to.
Yeah, I think you're right. A monster truck pit would be best. Maybe a NASCAR track.
No, not NASCAR. You can't put a NASCAR in a building.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying the building would remain. I'm just saying the area would be replaced with a monster truck. Because monster truck shows aren't indoors usually either.
Actually, they had some indoors when we had the Metrodome.
Well, they're usually
Not for
outdoors,
NASCAR.
No, not NASCAR, but they had monster trucks inside the Metrodome.
Yeah, that's easy. They actually had a death in it's monster trucks. The truck got away up into the audience, killed somebody.
Oh,
Those aren't. And certainly the one monster truck show I've been to here, out of curiosity, was out in the open because it's a dirt track.
yeah.
This, by the way, is my other way of supporting myself. Is with my wheelchair and the new brakes that hold. I can pinch the pillow between the table and my body and squeeze it real tight, and it supports my back. And then I just have to lean like this, and I can see everything.
Yeah, my late fiance used to have to take that position to do her nebulizer when she was having an asthma attack.
Mm-hmm.
I have never seen a tornado, nor do I ever want to.
I have. I have seen one pass over that. Actually, it was when I was still a child, when I was like 10 years old, and the winds were actually strong enough that it knocked me against the neighbor's fence.
Stop is stupid. You know that a water sport is just a tornado, except it's over water. It's all the same dynamics are there. It just happens to be sucking water instead of dust.
Oh, Ethan has woken up.
Okay, I got this question now that we have a reasonable chat, and I want the chat involved in it. I'm trying to make a decision, and I'm serious about this, of what I should wear in the casket. Now, let's see here. There's an avatar. Oh well, maybe it's not on this one. Oh, it's not on here. I thought it was. Here,
I
can
just watched
get it real
a bunch
quick.
of clips from Idiocracy.
Well, I think maybe for next
Oh.
week you should like load up some pictures in the Twitter group for us to show during the stream.
Yeah.
Next week,
Then we can vote on them.
Next week, I have the whole week off.
Oh, is that the Easter break or spring break?
Spring break. They call it spring break.
Yeah, but it happens to be next week because that's Easter.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they line up perfectly, sometimes they don't.
Okay, you've all seen this picture. Okay, this would be my cute. I'll just call it my cute look, where I'm wearing a nice dress. You know, you don't see all of it, of course, but it's a floor length dress. Typical moo shape for a fat person. But it's it's a formal print, and just your day dressed in the city kind of thing. And I don't have. Well, I do have a picture of it. Let me go get that one. Upload an image, and those are down here. Images. Okay, it's not in that one. It's in that one.
Sadly, Idiocracy is not entertainment, it's prophecy.
Yeah, unfortunately, it hit way too close to the mark of where we are now.
Okay.
It really didn't.
And this is the other. That is my Bohemian Amish, where I just one of those basic Mexican cotton hoodies, with the front pocket and stuff, and my typical floor length skirt that I wear, and just my basic look like that, that I use for hanging with friends and stuff. Nothing even close to formal, just hanging out in the garage and enjoying each other. What would you think is best?
I have no useful suggestions right now.
Kind of hard to say. We can't really make out what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know it's a really bad picture. I didn't take it. A friend of mine's son who had a crush on me took that when he was like 13, 14 years old.
Have you considered greasy mechanic coveralls?
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay,
Yeah,
if that's
the coveralls that you wore as a garage mechanic.
Well, I didn't wear coveralls. I wore a long sleeve T-shirt and sweatpants.
okay, that's a serious suggestion. Okay, I'm not going to make this what I was going to make then.
Well, if you really want to make your funeral memorable, just go skyclad.
Oh, naked, huh?
Or bondage gear.
There you go.
If I had decent tits, I'd do that, but they suck. Well, actually, they don't suck or get sucked. So
the funeral director can fix that. The funeral director can make them look nice and firm.
Actually, I'm kind of thinking of that for that may be a good third suggestion. Just my old time garage wear that I always had every day for 40 fucking years. It was my t-shirt, long sleeve t-shirt and sweatpants.
Well, that's what I've always said, that, I don't want them putting me in a suit because virtually nobody I know has ever seen me in a suit.
Yeah.
So just put me in my denim jacket and my jeans, because that's how everybody is used to seeing me.
Listen, I don't care what I'm buried in, but whatever I get buried in, someone has to wear the same clothes I was wearing when I died. And they have to have a sonic screwdriver. So when the first person gets up to deliver the eulogy, they need to stand up wearing the clothes I wore with I died, take out the sonic screwdriver and say, right, this is where it gets complicated.
Yep. Love it.
That would be great.
You can also have a ventriloquist sitting next to your coffin, and to answer any questions.
Well, that was my plan, that I had to have a ventriloquist sing in the front row to respond to anybody who walked up to the coffin and started talking.
One of the projects that is planned is we're going to build a full-size Dalek and paint it the colors of the local police department.
Okay.
But then remember, you got to ensure that your attendees to the funeral are fans enough to know that Easter eggs. The more that I think about it, Parp, I like the idea of just what people know you as.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't wear my Mexican hoodie though, because then it covers
no, because
the
the
t-shirt.
ice would come and bust you.
The who?
Ice would come and bust you if you were wearing Mexican.
You're right. But I love those cotton hoodies. They are so comfy.
Can you see them abducting the corpse from the funeral?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Minnesotans still putting Mexican flags on the back of their trucks.
Not that I've
calling
seen.
it ice fishing.
Not that
I
I've
hadn't
seen.
heard about the Mexican flags.
Not that but I'm in a red county.
Ice fishing.
Yeah.
That's good.
I like it. A black long sleeve t-shirt and my black or navy blue sweatpants
Well,
with my steel toes sneakers and I think a wrench in my hand.
Yeah.
A snap-on 10mm. Because every mechanic on Earth has always lost their 10mm.
Yep.
And one of your one of your cameras in the other.
Oh yeah, one of my antique cameras. Not one of the fancy ass digitals, because I prefer the film and the techniques of the past.
Yep.
But that would be good, a 10mm wrench, or better, holding onto a 19mm wrench, which is very commonly used, and a 10mm just kind of laying in the casket.
Yep.
Where I just out of my reach.
Stop the stupidity. I have never understood the appeal of storm chasing. I mean, I get why people did it for scientific reasons, but people were like, oh yeah, let's just go see a tornado because it'd be cool to see a tornado. It's like, or a hurricane. That one baffles me even more.
I would love to go on a tornado with a tornado chaser, a storm chaser. The real guys who do it for science.
Yeah, I remember a Mythbusters episode that they were building 2 vehicles for a team of storm chasers. Of what could they do to minimize the chances of the vehicle being rolled over or picked up off the ground in a tornado.
They didn't actually have it hit by a tornado. They were had drills to drill into the ground, to anchor it, and they made it extremely heavy. And
yeah, and they had
too
they
heavy to
had
actually
skirts
drive.
they had skirts that would drop down to the ground so that, to try and prevent the wind getting under it.
Right. As soon as the wind's under it, all bets are off.
Yep.
But that would make a lot of sense to make it as a sphere. I suppose rectangular or an oblique.
Yeah. Well,
A
they had
rectangular dome kind of shaped like a rock.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
a
they weren't
smooth
building
rock.
they weren't building it from scratch. They had to work off of commercially available vehicles.
Something
So
that
one
baff-
was a car and one was an ATV, or not
Something
an
that
ATV.
Something
An
that
SUV.
baffles me even more is are storm chasers who chase like blizzards and lake effect snow.
I didn't know there were.
Chasing lake effect snow.
I don't.
Well, let's see.
Read,
It starts above the lake and it moves onto
You
the shore.
can't trace that.
why?
You
Well, first of
can't
all, why?
trace it because as soon as you find it, you're stuck forever.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. You better have enough supplies in your vehicle to last you till spring.
I was gonna say, why would you chase blizzards?
Yeah.
Because they're cute.
Yeah, I can
Blizzard?
just see your vehicle getting buried and then telling you on the cell phone that, there's no way we can get that road plowed out until spring.
I think maybe all of us except Mage have lived through blizzards. They're not cute.
One time up near Buffalo, my employer basically told me that they would pay the ticket. The road was closed to trucks, but it was basically like one of those things where you basically could get away from the storm even though the road was preemptively closed, and they said, well, we'll pay your permit, because it was basically near Buffalo, and I had to get as far as Syracuse in a few hours because there was 3 feet of snow coming. And if I had stayed in Buffalo, I would be there for a week.
I did one of those myself when I was living in Syracuse. That we had been up in Buffalo for an event, and we heard the blizzard was coming, so we're trying to get out of Buffalo before the snow got too bad for us to drive.
At least no one chases those ridiculous ice storms that Pennsylvania and similar states get.
Yeah.
Well, there's no chasing ice storms. They're just part of the whole front that moves in, and temperature variant. It's warm enough, but not cold enough. They got an ice storm.
But it's like a blizzard. If you get an ice storm that's severe enough, you're stuck there for a while.
Oh yeah. I worked at the hospital during a couple of ice storms in the Milwaukee area that were very, very severe. That every ER in the area would mobilize for it and ready and for fallen branches and power lines. And one year they had 2 different fried electrical power workers. The guys who restore the lines and stuff. 2 of them got caught up on something and things broke and they got fried. It was just tragic. It was so sad.
I mean, I can see maybe even chasing derechos, even though they're just really big, severe thunderstorms.
Yeah. Well, that's how we were used to getting most of the snow in the winter. The weather pattern that's changed is the ones that would drop a foot of snow in one day used to be the fronts coming down from Canada and picking up all the moisture as they crossed Lake Superior. And then they would dump it all on Minnesota.
And basically you could be... I'm sorry, I was just remembering how different the snowfall was. Just so you're on the thruway near the lake, and it's snowing like mad, and just go about 20 or 30 miles south of there, and it's nowhere near as bad. I'm sorry I interrupted.
So
No,
I
that's
was just
okay.
joking.
Well, I mean, of course, Duluth always got the worst of it, but when we get those, you know, it would still come all the way down and drop 8 inches to a foot on Minneapolis. So it
I
pretty
can't
much
do
would
anything
cover
about
the
the
whole
beeping.
state. No, I know that. That's the nature of being in a hospital. There's always alarms of some kind going off. That's one of the reasons why, even as a visitor, it is so hard to be in a hospital as an autistic. Everything is too bright and shiny, and everything is too loud and high pitched.
I usually keep all the drapes and curtains here shut when I open them for the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, I have this light that I can control.
I'm trying to
Either light
figure
up
out
the
how I'm
top
going to get through all of that when I have to be in
or
for
the
my
bottom.
surgery.
I prefer the top.
Noise canceling headphones.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to
I'm
find
on my
some good
headphones here.
headphones, and I'm probably going to have to wear my sunglasses in the hospital most of the time.
Well, tell me, can you hear that beeping real loud?
Yeah, we hear it, but not a big deal.
It's very loud from my position, but
Yeah, I think your mic's only picking up like half of it, though.
Hey, it's just that storm chasing doesn't appeal to me. I don't get it. Because tornadoes are things I want to stay away from.
Yeah. Yeah, all our snow around here, you know, except for the piles that the plows made, all the rest of the snow was gone.
I don't want
We've
to
had
see
a
it.
couple of warm days.
It's just
Well,
like
there's
driving in.
there's nothing wrong with you wanting to stay away from them.
Yep.
And respect their power and danger. Some people run into the burning house, and some people run away. And either is a perfectly normal position to take.
Yep.
I mean, it's
So
like
Ned said that when I'm sorry.
Yeah, let Purpose have his chance.
I also understand there are people like deliberately drive into the path of Category 5 hurricanes
Yeah.
just because they want the eyeball.
Yeah. Yeah, you
that
want
would
to get
that
rid
would
of
be
nuts.
to experience.
Oh, I'm sure it would be a cool picture. It's just
Well, driving into a Category 5 hurricane, you might get an aerial view of the city.
well, they usually drive before the hurricane.
You mean
hits
when
the
you're
line.
picked up from the wind and thrown?
Yep. When the wind picks up your vehicle and is swirling it around.
Oh, they're not. They drive in before and usually find like a parking garage that's high up and relatively sheltered. I still wouldn't want to be in the cities then, but
Yeah. Well, you know, my attitude is always just, you know, make sure I've got enough supplies that I don't have to leave the house for a couple of weeks and just hunker down and wait it out. But then again, I grew up in a house that had a built-in bomb shelter, so that was just, you know, that was the philosophy. No matter what happens, you go down the basement, you got a bomb cellar, which is the pantry. You got enough food in there to last for several weeks.
go ahead, Commander.
So living in Florida, it was sometimes it was every fucking you didn't get a week's worth of break. Every last year I was there was 2005, and it was like every week there was a new storm that we had to prepare for.
Yeah, I know it seemed, was it last year or the year before that made you were getting hit by just one after another that they didn't have time to clean up in between them.
Yeah, that was a few years ago. No, I was just thinking, what if that light at the end of the tunnel, well, when you die, is actually the God's bug zapper for souls?
I personally think it's an oncoming train.
Yep. That's what I was about to say.
Ned said that when he dies, he wants a suit made entirely out of marijuana, so that when he's sent to the crematorium, everyone around the crematorium will wind up being happy.
Or at least high.
Being
Well, that would be
stoned out of their
nice.
mind.
Hey, remember Lady Gaga's meat dress?
Yeah.
I could wear one of those and get cremated, and everybody could come to a barbecue.
Yep.
Well, I have suggested that for in war zones they should drop marijuana smoke bombs everywhere, then drive in taco trucks.
Oh, stupidity! You were in that heavy region.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, they got like 30 inches up in stupidity's area.
Yeah. I had told-
That storm here, we got just under a foot.
Yep. I had told Sloth Girl that when I died, I want her to stuff my jacket full of
been plugged in
fireworks
for
so
a
that
couple
when
of
they
months.
put me in the crematorium, I went out with a bang.
It's charged.
We got,
everybody always parks it right back in this corner. Might as well use it tomorrow.
Salt's good.
We got 2 inches
Is
of
Ellie
snow
gone?
here.
Running around somewhere.
I mean, we got hit snow.
There you go.
Thank you very
Real
much.
major snowstorm. we got was back-
Reminder of my snack.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only major snowstorm we got this season was back in January, but we had like a week of like bitterly cold temperatures after that. So it was like my algebra class got behind since I didn't take my book home because I didn't think we'd be off for a week.
Yep.
My business math classes didn't show up because e-learning days means you don't have to show up to them. And I did get a little. My computer science classes advanced a little more slowly.
Yeah. Well, and of course, a bad snowstorm is relative to where you live. You know, Minnesota, we're used to the storms that drop a foot, so we've got the equipment to handle it. I know that other states, I can understand why 3 inches of snow is a major problem.
Oh, we got 9 inches that day. The 9 inches, everyone went out into the storm, but it's like the week of like sub-zero temperatures was what caused the shutdown.
Well, look what happens up here when we have 110 degrees. People start dropping dead.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have that down there because they're used to it.
Yeah.
Down where?
Way south, I'm thinking deep south.
Well.
Oh, people still die during the heat in the south.
Well, that's true. We just don't care. No.
Yeah, but you know, as far as the cold temperatures, I consider that the normal, that in January we should have a full week that we never get above 0. I consider that part of the normal pattern, and I haven't been seeing that the last couple of years.
Well, you may have noticed that Terre Haute's a little bit further south than you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you're south of Chicago, so.
You're south of St. Louis.
No, St. Louis is southwest of us.
Oh, is it? Is that a guitar?
Is this a guitar? Yeah, sorry.
Play something.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Even if you suck.
Yeah, even if you're just practicing a few chords.
You're gonna die.
Probably not the best choice, but
I always wondered, was that Tom Dooley a real person at sometime?
I don't know. I've never looked up the history of that one.
No.
That was kind of a scary song when I was a kid.
Although I do
What was
know
the
that
other
the
one?
song Reuben James is in no way related to the American destroyer that got sunk at the beginning of World War II.
Yes, Tom Dooley was a real person named Thomas C. Dula, a Confederate veteran hanged in 1868 for the 1866 murder of his lover, Laura Foster, in White County, North Carolina. The famous song, notably covered by the Kingston Trio in 1958, is based on this true story of love, murder, and jealousy.
Ah.
What's the real story?
Well, according to the AI summary, but
Yeah. Okay.
I
thing is-
expect it probably got the high points right.
which
I have
just looks like it's summarizing Wikipedia. So,
I have
Yeah.
noticed that those summaries are getting more accurate.
well, I mean, we can never fully eliminate hallucinations from AI.
No, we
Yeah.
actually have figured out where they're coming from, though.
Oh?
Yeah.
We've always known where they're coming from.
I mean,
It's
specific more.
It's
ahead.
just a consequence of the way large language models work.
Well,
That's
yeah, partly. I mean, but they actually isolated the H neuron ones that are causing it as the information goes through the system.
We'll never fully eliminate them, but we can reduce them.
Well, we could, but unfortunately, it would also take away the way the thing functions.
Well, I mean, eventually we'll probably have a new technology that replaces it, works differently, but
Yeah, what from what I was looking at, apparently they're looking at is more safety guards on them, so be able to flag them once those things light up.
I was reading an article a couple months ago when the American communications of the Association of Computing Machinery talking about the various ways they're working on reducing hallucination rates, and one of them is like feeding it only accurate information instead of training it off the internet. Making sure it actually understands the topics it's trying to comment on, which it doesn't right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there have been several communities now who have come out opposing them building the new data centers. Now that people are becoming aware of like how much power and water they use.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like the doomerism when it comes to AI, but it's like people are trying to say it's. But first of all, keep in mind the tech bro CEOs are cheerleaders.
Yeah. Mostly it's issues of, can their power grid actually support what it's going to need?
Well, there's also issues surrounding water usage, especially if they're drawing from like the ground reservoir, especially in places like California.
Yeah. There are more responsible ways of powering and cooling these things than what they're doing.
They're currently destroying one of my favorite towns in Wisconsin. They decided to rape a half-mile square area that has been beautifully pristine forever. And just plowing it all under in Port Washington, Wisconsin, because it's next to Lake Michigan. And so they're not only going to destroy all the earth, they're going to destroy all the water, because they're not going to build their exhaust tubes out far enough. They're only going to go probably a mile or so. And all that water is going to drift back to the shore and destroy all the small crustaceans and other things in the lake. They should be required to drag that thing out 20 miles and dump it in the 32-degree area at the bottom of the lake and let it mix down there instead of up at the shoreline. And the people of the town are too spineless to demand anything less. They're letting their elected officials sign do not disclose arguments or papers, and so they are not allowed to talk about any of the plans that have been concocted behind closed doors for this thing. Every one of these data centers is just a devious band of thieves that are going to lie, cheat, and steal the public at every turn. Don't let them build one anywhere near your community. Don't let them do it. Fight them in the courts and fight them on the ground when it comes down to that.
Well,
Don't let it happen.
My main objection to the way these large language models are done is that they require large data centers, which means only a few people can control it. A lot of people are starting to shift away from large language models to what are known as small language models, which don't require huge data centers, but they're not quite what would, like a robot we'd be able to talk to yet. They're not that.
Mm-hmm. The other thing is they go into these towns and there's going to be thousands of jobs. Yeah, when it comes to excavation and building, once those are done, it's going to be peanuts.
Yeah.
You know? And
Yeah, the
people
long-term
choosing to catch
employment
on to
will
that.
only be a handful of people.
I mean, if they would work towards universal basic income and solve some of the environmental and sociological issues that surround, I mean, like I said, I am not an AI doomer person. Personally, I think a lot of what we're doing with AI is cool because
Yeah.
we haven't been able to do it before.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well,
I think we're just not being very responsible with how we're operating these things.
But
I agree. It has its usage, you know, especially like its ability to like scan thousands of university papers on the subject and give you, you know, results in a few minutes.
But they're not really scanning papers. It's already in its training data. Now, there is something called retrieval augmented generation where they're bringing stuff from the web to increase the accuracy rate. Which is another way, but keep in mind, one of the reasons why I named the channel Mad Computer Scientist was because computer scientists need to start thinking about what they're doing and the consequences of what they create.
Yeah.
And they are, but in the past, they never had to.
I agree with you 100%.
But I think one of the requirements, if they're excuse me, if they're going to build one of these big data centers, one of the things they should be required to do is, you know, first shore up the infrastructure of the power grid to make sure it's going to handle it.
Or have it on its own grid.
Yeah, have its own grid.
Or have it, its own generator.
Maybe have it on renewable energies as well.
Or hook it up to a still functioning reactor at 3 Mile Island that had been shut down.
I had heard proposals for that, but some of them.
Proposals? That happened.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
I had heard some of them talk about, you know, having their own dedicated nuclear plant.
What is this about?
It's still, the nuclear power plant still produces more power than the data center needs. But
yeah, so it would actually help in the community by, you know, being able to provide some extra power as the community grows.
But that would be a good way. I've driven past 3 Mile Island.
I hope they're not thinking this is my dinner.
I mean, 3 Mile Island was not. Was like the worst nuclear disaster in the U.S.
These I will. Yeah, absolutely. You're 1,000% correct on that one. Hey, let me ask you a question. When you take this down, I don't want those. Are they going to put those back into circulation?
Okay, I'm just going to mute Jenny while she's talking to the worker there.
It was, even though it was the worst nuclear disaster in the U.S., it wasn't that bad. But if we do get something bad, 3 Mile Island is in the middle of the Susquehanna. You know what the Susquehanna River empties into?
No.
The Chesapeake Bay.
Ah.
So if there is like a major contamination in the Susquehanna River, which does regularly flood,
yep.
What are the environmental impacts of that going to be?
Yeah. Well, and that's one of the things about the water is even if it's a non-consumptive water use, because it is dumping out water that's much warmer than what's taking in, you know, what are the environmental impacts of that going to be?
I have heard of possibilities of switching over to closed loop systems.
I have heard some of that, you know, but then it's a matter of, you know, what are they using to cool the water in between cycles?
I'm proud to say that the hospital I'm staying in has won awards for its power independence. It generates and reclaims its power and as heat and all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
It's just one of words. That's all I can say. I
Yep.
don't know the details.
well, and I haven't seen anywhere they've been implemented, but I have heard of some systems, basically piping the heat out to surrounding places. But I don't know, how realistic those are.
Well, the realistic, if you do them, if you're going to spend the money for it, yeah. In Europe, there's places all over that take building heat and pump it into areas in the sidewalks and stuff to keep them free of ice.
Yeah.
There used to be a section of Milwaukee County down at the institution grounds along Waterplank Road now. I think it was 108, 110, something like that. That all the institutions that were generating power had steam heat. So they had their own steam area, and everywhere that the steam went that was under the road stayed clear. Didn't have to be plowed.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I'm surprised the primate NAP quality control officer has not voiced an opinion, but she's apparently decided that her own nap was more important.
Yeah. I don't know where Ethan took off to either. He was standing by the kitchen yelling at me to get him treats, but I didn't give up. I didn't get up, and he gave up.
Oh, I know
So
where
he's
she
probably off in the bed. He's probably in the bedroom now.
He
She's
went
on
to
her
work on
plan.
his plans to capture and devour you.
No, these cats are pretty intelligent. They understand. It's like, if I devour the thing that feeds me, then I have to feed myself.
Yeah, but not for a year.
Yeah, but, he knows that nobody else would scoop the litter box.
Mm.
He doesn't want to deal with that. Especially in my case, because if he killed me, it would probably be, like 4 days to a week before anybody even noticed. Molly would just think I'd shut off my phone. I really do have to work out emergency contingents. Because all my emergency plans depended on Slothgirl being here to speak for me.
Hey, by the way, you friends of mine who live alone, all you people in America or wherever, I lived alone too. And I was talking with one of the swallow specialists here about my swallowing issues and stuff getting caught and choking and things like that. And I mentioned this device, maybe you've seen advertised or on news things of, it's like a mask and it's yellow and you basically it's a pump that when you pull it, it creates vacuum and sucks whatever's in your gullet out so that you don't choke to death. And I mentioned that it's something I thought of buying for myself as a single person. And she heartily endorsed it and said in the business, you can talk to most any of them and they know dozens of cases where people have used those and saved themselves. So I would hate to see any of you just die because of something so stupid as choking when there's a $50, $60 device that you can buy and just have on hand to save your own life.
Well, couldn't I do the same thing with my shop vac?
Probably not. It would probably take your entire lung and invert it.
That's not a bad idea. I did once have to perform the Heimlich on myself.
Which reminds me of a cartoon, a Gahan Wilson cartoon. We all know Gahan Wilson, right?
I don't.
Nope.
He did very creepy, bloody horror kinds of cartoons that were still tasteful enough to be in things like the New Yorker magazine or Playboy magazine, and he once did this cartoon of just a single guy who's got this big staring look on his face, and the caption is in huge letters, "Achoo!" And here's his lungs coming out of his nose, inverted.
Yeah.
It was just absolutely grotesque and so funny.
If I saw one of the cartoons, I'd probably recognize his style and not know his
Yeah,
name.
I'm sure you would.
Okay, Ethan's back on the back of the chair. But yeah, one time I was at, like one of these, community block party type things, and they were serving up brats. And I started choking on one, and no one around me paid any attention. So I had to do it myself, and I just had to drop myself on the edge of the picnic table to do the Heimlich on myself.
Yeah, that's one of the things you can do on yourself.
Sometimes.
Well, I managed to get it, get it to pop out. So,
Well, there's
but I mean,
about them,
I was literally at a state of realizing that, yes, I could die from this. And there are like 6 people within 3 feet of me, and none of them noticed.
Well, you could always touch them and hold your hands to your throat. I'm choking.
It's just one of the things that showed me that, yeah, when you're out in public, most people are pretty oblivious to anyone they don't know by name.
Jello. Green Jello. It's one of the things I can swallow.
Yeah. Well, they're giving you the radiation. Aren't you hulking up? Aren't your arms turning green, and can't you bench press the hospital bed yet?
No, but don't get close. I'll start you on fire.
Okay, well, they're going to have to increase your dosage then.
No, now I'm just looking for a spider to capture and bring him. It's
Yep. Okay, so what would we get if a spider is bitten by a radioactive human? The amazing
Man spider?
spider. Yep.
somebody who can litter at light speed.
And you kaiju?
Something 10 feet tall that can spit webs out of its butt. That was part of the cinematic Spider-Man that didn't make sense. In the comic books, he had to invent the web spinners. Those weren't part of the powers he got. If he got the web spinning power from the spider, they should have been coming out of his butt.
Well, he could have grown another one.
He should have had to fart the webs out.
Well, in Savage Dragon, there is this character that shoots webs out of another part of their body in that general region.
Okay. Not familiar with that character.
No, it sounds like a fun party date.
Yep.
Got him right in the eye, too.
Okay, is it time to wind down for the day? Yeah, we're just right at the 3-hour mark, 1 minute away from it.
You got 1 minute.
Yep.
Whoa.
So yeah, let's wrap up here. So, Commander, you have anything you want to say? Any parting words? I guess Commander stepped away. Netta, you here? Oh, there you are. Okay, go.
Oh, there was just a massive delay.
Yeah.
Let me quit Blender and then. So that should be much, much better. I'm going to do a stream this week about the Iran thing. Everything's moving so fast. So when I say I'm ready, it basically, no, you're not ready because more stuff to make fun of. But by the end of this thing that we're dealing with Trump and Iran, it's going to be known as the most stupid war. That will be the title. The most stupid war.
Before you believe it, ask who's behind.
Yeah.
Jeez, that was annoying. Sorry. Not Commander, it's just trying to deal with something here.
Yep. Okay. Anything else, Commander? Okay.
No, I think that's it.
Ned, do you have anything you want to say?
As usual, not much.
Okay. Oh, Robin. Didn't know you were here with us.
She just snuck in.
Okay. Ah, Jenny,
Hey,
what
Rob.
would you like to say on closing?
I thought I was always last.
No, Mage is always last. Well, technically
Oh,
I'm
really?
always last, but Mage is always right before me.
So my exalted position has been auctioned away to somebody else. Some foreigner from Florida.
Well, I always start with the person who's under me and go counterclockwise.
Well,
So,
okay. Serious suggestion. Live your life so that you don't have to die alone.
yeah,
That's all I have.
I've been pondering on that point a lot, that yeah, I need to get out and just live more, talk to more people, make some more friends. So I have this wonderful internet community, but I know very few people in the city I live in.
Well, maybe we'll have to start our own commune in Canada the way things are going.
Oh, apparently Canada has there was one of their federal court judges has passed a ruling on immigration that basically says that anyone who can prove they have a Canadian ancestor, no matter how many generations back, is eligible for Canadian citizenship.
Now, if only Switzerland would do the same thing.
Yeah, I was left out of it too.
Or Germany, or England.
Well, I'm wondering if somehow I can link it up because, you know, I'm sure if I went back far enough, there's got to be some Vikings on my mother's side. And we know that Vikings landed in Canada a couple hundred years ago. So, yeah, it would be quite a stretch to try and link it together.
My ancestors were, I was going to say, not sure about my mother's side, which I think were English, but my father's side were Pennsylvania Dutch, and they were Swiss Mennonites.
Oh.
My
ancestors were French.
Who immigrated to this country because they weren't allowed to own land and they would not serve in the Swiss militia.
Yeah, I did not have any ancestors on this continent until 1904, so.
And I don't think anyone's going to be impressed by my claim that I'm a citizen of Pennsylvania and those other lesser 49 states.
Yeah, well, you know, I keep trying to get them to annex Minnesota, but I'm not seeing much action in that way.
Name indicates family was found in the U.S., U.K., and Canada between 1880 and 1920. No, I might actually have some family that lives in Canada.
Oh,
Does that count if you ever claimed you got a girlfriend that lives in Canada?
well, then that would be just about anyone who's been a teenager in the United States. So, okay, Porpoise.
I am
What
the
would you
sinister.
like to-
I am the sinister porpoise. When you think of sinister porpoises, think of the sinister porpoise. Honestly, if you follow my other YouTube channel, my Clapper channel, I was just getting to the well, I'm up to 8.4K followers on my Clapper channel, but the views are way down, and no one. It seems to be for everyone, and no one really knows why. So either they're censoring political content, or they made a change with some of their recent things where I think the counts for that are way off because they're really exaggerated, whereas the video counts are way too low. But if you want to follow me in Clapper, it's Mad Computer Scientist. Here on YouTube, it's at Mad Computer Scientist 1. You can also follow my currently defunct channel at the Sinister Porpoise 1. And if I ever come back, if I am ever forced to leave my current job through either just sheer burnout, saying the wrong thing, or because the state legislature says, you know, we don't want someone like you serving as a teacher anymore, I would probably return to my YouTube channel, and then I'd have to decide what to do because I don't really want to do the drama content anymore. But be excellent to each other, and so long, and thanks for all the fish.
Okay, Mage.
Don't have too much going on right now. I'm still kind of testing out my electric vehicle. So far, so good. Just want to wait for a really good hot day or really rainy day just to make sure that everything's good. Of course, I have tomorrow's Thursday night midnight show. We'll be starting a new anime, Death Note.
Okay, we're going to get into Death Note now.
Yes.
Yep. I saw a couple of random episodes of it. One of my girls was watching it many years ago, but I didn't see enough of it to actually understand what was going on. So I only know the basic premise.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't really have anything going on until next week, so we'll be back here at the same time. And until then, don't add to the population, don't subtract to the population, stay out of the newspaper, hospital, and jail. If you do wind up in prison, establish dominance immediately. Bye-bye, all.
Don't get caught.
Bye-bye.